All right, we're back. Oh, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. Hello, everybody that's tuned in, and everybody on the YouTube. New guy, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. And Simon already subbed to me when he was helping me fix my bot, which is why bot is now Mark II. Long story short, that the original bot account is gone. Because somebody, not naming any names, forgot to write down which email it was attached to, and went through all his emails, and Twitch was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So, behold, we have Zolbot Mark II. He's new, he's better than new, and he works. Hey, thanks, babe, for the Prime. Oh, so yeah, okay. So, some of you may be wondering where the heck we've been. Well, Elenia had the baby, and
you should have said as a joke that your hard drive died again.
Anyway.
Well, if Elenia's having babies, his hard drive is working just fine.
Aha. Well, way to throw me off, Vegas. Thank you for that.
That's what
Elenia had baby. That's pretty much.
Elenia had baby. Now, normally, I mean, we've been doing diroll since before my second child was born. And when my second child was born, we took like a month and a half off, and then I was back to it. And that was because my wife wasn't one of the players. And now that my wife is one of the players, it has complicated issues. So we were trying to negotiate how that was going to work. And then our babysitter got tied up taking care of her mom, my grandmom, because my mom is my babysitter. And now everything's kind of settled, and we're back at it. That being said, I think the first Sunday in May, we will not have a stream. But other than that, we should be good. You know, play by ear as always. Anyway, we're back. Session 5 of Embers of the Vale. After, according to Foundry VTT, it's been 104 days and 19 hours.
Oh my god.
So, it's been a hot minute.
3 months according to the YouTube video history.
So we're going to do a lightning round recap. We're playing in a low to mid fantasy world of my devising. You can click on I posted a link to the website, or you can just type exclamation website and the improved, the Zolbot Mark II will give you a link to that. And that's basically everything that I've given the players on the world, everything that I've written down on the world, anything that isn't written down in the world is something that I have in my head and I haven't written it down, or it doesn't exist. The players are playing a group of pathfinders. These pathfinders are problem solvers. They fight monsters, they solve problems, they're adventurers. And they have traveled by caravan to a place in the Steely Vale, which is this kind of frontier canyon. Not canyon, more like a basin. Anyway, they're on the far reaches of the Steely Vale in a place called the Chamber, which is this area that's fertile for farmland, and it is the most recent place that people have started to colonize. They've left the shore, the coastline, and they've moved to the Chamber to start colonizing, start farms, start raising their families, you know, make their claim to the land, all that good stuff. Upon arriving, they were approached by a man named Stefan, no last name. And he said, hey, my family are homesteaders, and we are raising horses, and we have a stock of horses that we need to be sold. However, we live in the Dyrric forest, and recently there's been a lot of kobold attacks in the Dyrric forest, so we are looking for strong arms, and look, we found 4 pathfinders. So we would like to hire you guys to help us move the horses from one place to another. You guys took the job. You arrived at the homestead to find it under siege by the kobolds. And the horses had been taken by one of the kobold clans, and they had run off with it. Really, with no choice, you guys decided to defend the homestead, and you drove away the kobolds, and you killed one of the kobold princes. What was his name? Genhas, I think was his name. And he was the leader of the kobold Red Blades, and he carried an axe called the Red Blade, which Varkin took for himself. Inside the homestead, there were a few pieces of ornate art that caught everyone's attention, including a geometric kind of tapestry and some paintings and other stuff. And then eventually, you guys, once the siege was over, the Pyotr, the leader of the clan, asked you guys, "Hey, if you go bring me my horses back, I'll pay you 20 silver a head per horse you bring back." And you guys are like, "Well, we're not doing anything." And so you head out with someone was with you.
Taris.
Taris was with you, and you guys are headed out to find the horses, and presumably there was like 40 horses, so tracking them shouldn't be that hard. And that was where we ended. And then you guys leveled up to level 4. You got all new things. Alenia is playing Rose Freestar. She's kind of the group rogue, ex-slave. She's an expert in class. Vegas is playing Micah, the invoker. He's a classically trained mage who left his home to find the secrets of the universe. New guy is playing Varkin Sharpfang. He's a level 4 warrior, and he is a soldier. And after his time in the army, he was seeking adventure and to make a name for himself. He's a kind of glory seeker. And last but certainly not least, Caddy is playing Jenma Kanhok, and she is a healer necromancer, and she is kind of like a den mother from her country in Rastia, and they're looking to leave Rastia because it's quite inhospitable, and so Jenma is looking to find a quiet place to move her family to, where they don't have to deal with the constant threats that exist in the country of Rastia. And if I missed anything, you guys can correct me. You guys are just posting things. That's fine.
That was an accident.
Okay.
I was trying to view it and I clicked that by accident.
Gotcha. All right, so you guys ready to get going?
You did miss one thing.
Okay.
We also have the inelucutable, magnificent, stupendous Jaken playing literally everyone else.
Literally everyone else.
You're amazing.
Oh, thanks. All right. So, if you guys want to go to your maps.
Make that check out to Johnny Vegas.
All right, so let me unpause the game. You guys are at Sekuskin. And I don't remember if we... Actually, I can check, right? The last thing that happened was the ineluctable shackles of volition. I'm sorry. All right, and then, yeah, so does somebody want to give me a skill check of some nature? Possibly, I think, survival? It's been a hot minute since we played this system, and I brushed up on the combat rules.
What, attribute?
Attribute? Attribute? I think this would be survive. And I think the attribute would be wisdom.
Attribute.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom.
And remind me again.
I can try.
If there is a help function in this system?
Yes, but you have to use a different skill. And if you hit the DC with the different skill, they get a +1. That's what my brain pan is saying. Another thing about having 3 kids is that you don't have time to prep.
Would it be possible to help with a general notice check, as just kind of glancing around, being like, "Oh, that looks like that'd be a good way to go."
Yeah, hit me with your best notice. Roll that first, please.
Rather I did that.
I think we're only going to let one person do per skill. If you could think of a different skill, then I'll let you.
Like, I'd rather I do the notice roll because I have a.
She's hella sharp.
It's kind of my whole character.
Okay, you wanna try something else, Micah?
Varkin would like to help with lead.
Is it intelligence or wisdom on notice?
We're all so eager to roll dice.
Right?
Yeah, and Jaken is getting back into
lead works for me. I'm just checking my skill difficulties, and I found the aiding skill check, so I was giving it a once over, and I got it right on the first try. Got it!
Or wisdom on notice.
Wisdom on notice.
And charisma on lead.
Charisma on lead.
Waiting to see if I have +1s.
That's a +1. That's a +1.
All right. Was Micah going to do anything?
I don't know what else to do to help here.
Yeah.
I was gonna do notice.
I was going to say you could probably know
Yeah, no,
something
how,
about.
Would it
As I
be
recall,
something
you
that...
bought a bunch of journals.
Yes.
Yeah,
Maybe you have a map.
and not
with
only
some
that, but
annotations.
you told us how to take care of a horse's feelings.
You did tell us that
True.
once.
This is true.
So you understand horses.
Yeah. So intelligence no would be appropriate here.
Intelligence, no, yeah.
Okay.
Just trying to get that +3, baby.
Well,
Okay. So you see, when horses are very stressed, like I'm sure these ones are absolutely very
I'm
stressed.
just going to roll
They're gonna-
wisdom.
+2.
They're gonna be very light-footed. So catching their tracks is actually gonna be kind of difficult.
All right, congratulations. You succeeded the easiest DC. I don't know why everyone needed to help, but we got it.
We all wanted to roll
Help each
dice.
other, okay?
Jaken, we need to roll the shiny click clacks. That's why we collect the shiny
We
click clacks.
only came to roll shiny click clacks.
My math rocks.
All right, you guys find the tracks, and they lead northeast in the woods.
See, this is exactly what I was talking about. See how light-footed they are here? They're tense. They're afraid to actually like step forward and like
Are
present
you a horse
themselves to the
whisperer
world.
or like a tarot reader?
This? I mean, I thought we had already established that I'm a horse whisperer. Obviously.
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 We should continue to follow the tracks, but let's be aware of kobold scouts and whatnot. I don't think they're going to leave people behind as they're guiding these horses around, but we should still be mindful of that.
Okay.
So, Jaken, unless anybody has a objection, such as Taris, I think we're just going to keep following the tracks up northeast.
Hang on, I'm telling Ollie. I'm saying, how can I steal your audience if you keep streaming when I do?
Dang it, Ollie.
Okay, I just had to do that. Okay. What?
We go northeast.
Yeah, cool. We're going northeast.
We follow the tracks, and we
Easy.
stay aware of scouts and whatnot.
All right. Let's get the old ruler. And okay, 6 miles, so you can cover 5 hexes in a day. So that's 1, and then shortly it's actually going to be 1, right? Because you're going that
Just
way.
a reminder, Jaken. I can't be surprised.
That's surprising. All right. After going northeast for about 3-4 miles, they turn heading almost straight north. What time of day was it? Oh, I don't remember. I think it was morning.
I think it was dawn, yeah.
Well, you guys had caught some sleep, I'm sure. Sorry, Ollie replied. All right. So let's say how long do y'all want to march for? You know what? That we don't need. You guys will make it there before you even think about calling it quits. Oh, interesting. I didn't write anything here. I just kind of threw it in the journal. That's fine. So I'm adding this to your journal. It doesn't actually have anything written, but it is a physical location. So if you click on your bookmark, your journal notes button, you should see the scene of battle. That is what we're arriving on.
But Jaken, there's nothing written in it.
Correct. You are
Candy going like, why did I join this group again? I should have just called it quit.
I was so excited. I was like, hell yeah, gonna get to see everyone, gonna get to play the game.
Then you remember
And
the new
then
guy
it's
was
like-
there.
And then like immediately I'm just like harrowing.
For anyone who's tuning in, I saw a first-time chatter. Yeah, his screen name is New Guy. Because apparently someone tuned in and they thought I was just bullying the new guy. Because I kept saying fucking new guy or damn new guy. And it's like, man, this guy's a jerk. I mean, I am, but you guys arrive. It seems you are not the only ones out to catch the horse thieves, for in the muddy clearing before you, the kobolds have been attacked and massacred. The stripped and bloodied bodies of a score of kobolds lie mixed with the torn carcasses of horses, and the obese corpse of a tall kobold hangs by his feet from a tree. But even now, the kobolds have no peace. 6 large beetles are feasting on the remains. Without a moment's hesitation, they scuttle towards you. It looks as if they prefer live meat to the dead. You guys have 6 large oil beetles charging at you.
Oh god damn it. Now we don't have any horses to show for it either.
Well, are there any horse corpses around?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I mentioned the horse corpses. Which is an awful phrase to try and say very quickly.
Alright, I'm gonna slap some oil beetles on here just so I can keep track of their health.
Yep.
Right.
I'm looking at what I can do. Not a lot.
I know what you can do. You can roll initiative.
And remind me how initiative is rolled again.
It's 1d8 plus your initiative.
Have we rested since we leveled up?
I think I've been rolling it because I get a +1.
Right. Only one person in the group rolls it for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's side-based initiative. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we rested since we leveled up? I need to know if I have spent this spell slot.
Let's say you guys have had a rest, yeah.
If we had the rest, then I should be able to gain some of my system strain back, right?
Whoever's rolling initiative, you gotta beat a 1.
First things first, system strain. Did we get that back after a rest?
I believe you heal 1. You remove
We restore 1.
You restore 1 system strain when you do a long rest. That's my memory pan.
I'm gonna go look at the rule. Injuring, healing, and system strain. Blah blah blah.
I think like
Who's rolling initiative? We can get that.
I am.
It's Rose.
This strain is usually lost at the rate of 1 point for every good night of refreshing sleep. All right, you guys are going first. So remove 1 system strain, everybody, and then fight some oil beetles.
All right. I
Trying to get
remove
my
1 system
oil beetle
strain.
stats out. That'll help.
Oh, that's right. That's what I spent on my points in. I was upping my con so I wouldn't have such low HP.
So who's going to go first? You guys are so ready to roll dice.
I mean, I'm just going to shoot my bow, so...
All right.
I'll just click the bow, right? It's been so long.
I reckon. That's how it works for the monster sheets. You just click the button. And
Listen.
it usually rolls both, the attack and then it rolls the damage. Yep.
Yeah. Really.
Okay, a 12 is not a hit. It ricochets off the oil beetle's carapace.
Oh god, I gotta keep track of my arrows. I should forget about that.
How far away are they?
Let's say 40 feet.
40 feet. I can't target. Sorry, I'm reading over a spell to make sure
All right, well,
I
remember
understand it correctly.
Everybody can go, so if someone else has something else to do while she reads the spell.
I'm currently reading what my options are. I found what my move action will be, but I'm trying to find what my action will be.
Remember that the charge uses both your move and your attack, and lets you move twice your speed.
I know what I can do.
Okay.
it's not going to be fun. Because I don't imagine these guys have very strong mental saves.
Yeah, okay. The mage targets a visible living creature within 100 feet. Just one?
Yep, just one.
Okay. The ineluctable shackles of volition. Didn't you link that earlier? Okay, well, I'm just gonna make the mental save, and if it fails, then you can tell me what the hell it does, because I don't read.
The first time I rolled it,
It fails.
The first time I rolled it, it was in the chat, was because I was picking up that spell. I haven't used it before.
Gotcha, new spell.
This is the first one. This is whichever one, choose one, I guess, is mine now.
All right, this one right here. That's the wrong tool.
This is exactly what you did in Deep Rock Galactic.
What the hell?
Yes,
Steve.
it had the same vibes. This is Steve now.
This is
and
Steve
is
from
mine.
Deep Rock Galactic.
Yes.
Hey, now that we're streaming again, we should find a day to play Deep Rock Galactic. Just saying.
So if the creature has more hit dice than the caster, it gets an unmodified saving throw at the end to end the effect the first time each day it's ordered to do something.
It does not have more hit dice than you, so.
Yeah, so it's just mine now.
It's just mine. Okay.
It will only actually defend
does this
itself until I make it go away or die.
So you literally just have you're my slave now.
I command it to come and stand in front of me.
Okay. Such victims will obey physical commands issued by the character. Okay, they cannot be ordered to answer a question. Oh, you just puppeteer this guy for the end of time? Or if you cast it again. If you cast it again, it ends.
It gets,
Literally says until dispelled or the caster dies or releases them. This game is really cool, but every time y'all use a spell, I'm like, I don't know how I'm ever gonna fucking fight that. Like,
Look, I only get to do it to
I only get to do it
maximum 2 times.
Ladders? No, thank you.
I only have 2 spell slots.
So, question.
Answer.
We've never seen Genma cast that spell before. However, Micah, being classically trained mage, is there any way I could recognize what that was?
I feel like you definitely
Why don't you give me an intelligence magic check?
Okay. Magic.
I am not classically trained, so it might look different, but...
Okay, that's fair.
Well, it says you have to command them verbally,
you know exactly
right?
what she just cast. Yeah.
Okay. So...
And it's mega fucked up.
Varkin, go ahead.
I imagine because they obey commands that she pointed to one and said, "You, come here, guard." And then just scuttled over and did that.
Yes, but that knowing specifically what it was is important for what Micah's about to do, because he doesn't want to mess with that spell.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Varkan is gonna place himself in front of the group and essentially screen an ally. So I'm gonna screen the person who Varkan believes is the most vulnerable, and at this point would be Genma. So he's gonna screen Genma, and my main action, I will hold until either I get attacked or until I decide to use it.
Okay. Micah, that leaves you.
Speaking of holding main actions,
Yeah.
that can be done with spells, right? Like my main action happens when I say it happens.
I think with spells you cast, you still you're holding the energy, so even if you don't cast it, you'll have wasted that spell slot. Or in your case, energy points. I don't remember how Invoker works.
Yeah, it's spell points. So
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold mine specifically until that one that she commanded breaks off from the others.
Okay. Okay. Right, their turn. Hey, thanks for the raid, Fowler Rex. And so the 6 oil beaters are going to charge at the 4 of you, and they are going to reach you. They have 40 feet of movement. One of them is just going to come up and sit like squat down in front of Genma.
Next to me, which Varkin looks at like, what? I was expecting to get attacked.
The rest of you are being attacked by oil beetles.
So as they're charged, because he technically split off at that point. Is there any way I can get the other 5 in a 20-foot radius without hitting him?
I guess it kind of depends on how y'all are oriented. I'm going to say you can get 3 of them.
Okay, that'll work. I'll take that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and... Okay, wait. Oh, I think my thing froze.
Well, it worked when you clicked it on my end.
Yeah, I
okay.
see the spell in the chat.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, well, 3 of them are asleep.
Do I have an incantation? Hold on. It's too late for the incantation. Never mind.
So the last 2 are attacking whom specifically?
I'm
in front. I'm assuming 1.
Let's just decide this randomly. All right, Genma 1, Rose 2, Varkin 3, Micah 4. I'm going to roll 2 dice. It's going to add them together, but we don't care about the end result. It's going to be hitting Rose and Varkin.
Okay. I'm going to use my main action to call total defense.
Total defense. Okay.
+2 to my armor class.
All right.
Is essentially the gist
All
of
right.
it.
The first one's going to run up and oil squirt Rose. Oil squirt. Rose, if you have, you might need your token selected. So why don't you just give me a physical save? I think in order to click the button on the screen, you have to have your token selected. And since you don't have a token on the board, just do it off your sheet.
No, it just says physical, and I clicked it.
Oh, okay, cool. We'll do it. Physical save. Okay. You are afflicted with blisters that last for 24 hours. And as long as you are afflicted by these blisters, you have a -2 penalty on all attack rolls.
Oh, that sucks. How do I apply that?
Yes. Yes. I think you can go to... Nope. Attack bonus.
Oh,
just put a -2.
Situational modifier.
Where is that?
When I click on my bow, it says situational modifier.
Right, but if you want, you can just on the top there, you can attack bonus. You can just put a -2. I think it would automatically input. That way you don't have to remember it.
Oh yeah, I see. All right.
Cool. The next one's going to do the exact same thing, but to our man Varkin.
Sadly, a total defense does not help towards physical saves, so let's just hope I roll properly. Oh yeah, no big deal.
All right, you're fine, Varkin. Y'all's turn again.
I will crank the one that just tried to spit on me, because that's rude.
There's no reload, right? I just...
If you have shoot 1 or higher, you don't have to spend an action reloading. But if your shoot's less than 1, then you do have to spend an action reloading. You hit, and you killed it.
Oh, my shoot's at 0, so...
I'm just going to... Yeah. That's a dead beetle.
Dear Lord, I rolled almost max.
Well, I guess I'm reloading, so...
Your shoot's not 1?
It's at 0.
Ah, yeah. Alright, so you reload.
I only picked it up recently, I think.
Micah will step up to the one that attacked Rose and swing his mighty staff.
Get it. Nope. Alright, you do 0 shock damage. Actually, there's higher AC than that, so it don't matter.
For my move action, I'm gonna screen our dear friend Rose. Continue, okay. Genma.
I have a quick question for everyone in the room. Do y'all remember Dan?
I remember Dan.
I do, yes.
I need to make him a macro, but Dan has the ability to hit with a bonus equal to half my level, rounded up, doing a D8 damage with no shock. So this is Dan to hit. I'll just roll a D20. He scuttles out from behind the
You want to describe him
The
for
beetle.
the audience and people just tuning
Oh
in?
yes. Dan is a upright Wolverine with a slobbering mouth and a tiny button-up shirt. Oh, and a bolo tie. He is a spirit familiar. He is a nature spirit that is just in the form of a Wolverine, for convenience sake. And he is not the kind of animal you pet.
No. I would...
17 plus 2
That's a hit.
for a D8, no shock. 5.
Well, shock's when you miss. If you
Yeah.
You know what's incredibly annoying? I want to remind myself what a Wolverine looked like, but I had to type in Wolverine animal because of the goddamn X-Men character.
Yep. When you're more popular than the animal you're named after.
Listen, bub.
All right.
We have-
So that's Dan. That's I think just you. Right?
And then I do my best to climb up on the back of the beetle.
Oh, okay. It's not that big. It's probably about the same size as Dan.
Oh, okay. It's
yeah.
Dan sized. Okay.
It's a Dan
I
sized
wasn't sure what you
beetle.
meant by like a fairly large beetle. In that
Well, I
case,
mean, that is a fairly large beetle.
it is, but
I
in
mean,
my
a beetle
brain,
the
I'm like
size of a
in D&D
Wolverine.
world. It's like a beetle the size of a horse.
I was
Right.
getting flashbacks to the crab from a different campaign.
Yeah. Then instead, I will hold my stance behind my army of minions. It's gonna be so good.
They have names. Okay.
For the beetle, does what? Ringo? Like
What's wild
I call him
is
Steve, but he doesn't have a name.
like oil beetle. I don't remember that being in the monster manual, and then like it's not in the new monster section for this module. So it's just like, what is an oil beetle? And the game's like, oil beetle.
You know, oil beetles.
You never seen an oil beetle before?
About as famous as owlbears and mimics. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so it's its turn. It's going to attack Rose. So you want to do your screen thing? I don't remember how that works. I assume you looked it up.
Yes. So enemy who wish to make a melee attack or range attack against the screen ally must succeed a successful strength or dex-based opposed skill check against the PC using the combat skill applicable to their weapon. On a failure, the attack roll is automatically
They got a 7.
directed to the screening PC. So me, it would be stab. Absolutely demolish, so it's coming to me.
Yep. No oil beetle in the monster manual. Okay, it's attacking you then. Yeah, freaking guy.
11 does not beat my AC.
And it has no shock. So y'all's turn.
It doesn't matter. I don't take shock. I suppose I'm gonna crank him.
Okay.
Well, you miss, but you do 6 shock. No, you don't. He has 16 AC. All right.
Okay, hold on before you say I miss. Let me check my warrior thing. I'm gonna make it very quickly. Oh, it's once per scene. What's considered a scene again, Jaken? Is combat a scene?
Yeah.
Then yeah, let's finish it very quickly. I'm gonna call my ability Veteran's Luck. Once per scene, I can turn a miss attack into a successful attack.
Oh, I just remembered I rolled him around. I failed, so he should have run away. Oh well.
Well, I just turned my miss into a hit for 8 damage.
He's dead. All right. As the oil beetle falls, you all hear like this thump, and a third of the way on the edge of this clearing, you see a kobold fall out of a tree, scramble up, lock eyes with you, and then turn and take off into the forest. But it's limping, so it's like
Micah chases.
Yeah, Varkan will chase too.
Okay. The two of you catch up with the kobold quite quickly.
I don't
and
want to like.
when you get to him, he looks at you and goes, ah, 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 and falls over.
Varkan's gonna say, "Oh God, it's a Gurg 2.0."
Michael just take his staff and you know that like soft spot like right here that's not quite armpit but not quite shoulder.
Sure, yeah.
He's just gonna put his staff there and gradually apply more pressure.
Micah does weigh like 80 pounds soaking wet. Though.
Yeah. Like I'm not trying to do any damage. I'm just trying to make him squirm a little bit.
So while he's resisting Micah's charm with his staff, Varkan is gonna ask him, like completely not believing that he's not dead or anything. He's gonna simply speak and say, "Care to tell us what happened over there?"
Oh, I would if I weren't so dead.
What caused all this death? Well, I suppose this one's dead, won't need his head, and I'm gonna like, my sword was back in its scabbard. I'm just gonna like make the obvious shing.
He like opens one eye.
Micah is gonna kind of totally believing Varkan at this point. Gonna just toss the staff aside and like dive on top of the kobold to protect him. You're like, no.
Varkan's gonna look at the kobold and Micah, kind of smirk at Micah and say, "You have too good of a heart, Micah, but kobold, we don't believe you're dead for an instant, so you can stop the charade now."
Wait. It's not dead?
No, Micah.
Wait, why was I jumping on a dead kobold?
Don't ask me, Micah.
I walk over.
Okay.
Hello.
Steve and Dan in tow.
Ever-growing posse.
That is the plan. I'm gonna give them all names.
She's gonna accumulate friends.
I'm literally making friends.
I'm gonna be inspecting the area to see if I find anything interesting.
Vargan still is curious what we're gonna do with the sleeping beetles. I guess we can try. Can we move them while they're sleeping? Can we just like gently displace them outside?
The only way to wake them up is by attacking them or spending a main action to kick them awake. Otherwise, they stay asleep till the end of scene.
So essentially,
so the scene basically ends when
gently
you leave the clearing. That's gonna be the end of the scene. Yeah.
So if we gently pick them up and move them elsewhere, then we're fine as long as it's not a jostling motion.
You don't need to worry about them. Moving on. All right. So
but I don't want to hurt the beetle.
Rose. Didn't you just kill two? Anyway.
He attacked. It's like the spiders you find in the shower. Those they die, but the rest in the house, that's fine. They can just be elsewhere.
All right. So Rose.
Hey.
You find 22 dead kobolds that all have the distinctive viper cheek tattoo. You find 3 wolf skull kobolds and 1 dire wolf. And all the kobolds have been stripped of their weapons and valuables. You also find 17 of the original 41 horses dead, which means there's still 24 horses. No, that math is not right. Yes,
it says 17 out of 41.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's 20,
yeah, 24.
Brain stopped for a moment. Okay. You also find clear tracks, horse tracks, heading southeast. And there are tracks of the wolf skulls, but you follow them a little ways into the woods, and they cover their tracks quite well once they get out of the clearing.
So they went back south. That's
Southeast.
annoying. Southeast, yeah. Okay, well, I gotta find the answer. Like, looks like the horses went southeast. I
All right.
don't see any other tracks, so I guess with being ridden, that's all I could assume.
Yeah, I'm still curious what attacked these folks here. And this one won't speak, so don't know what to do about it. He's not dead, by the way.
Yes, I am.
You're not actually dead.
I can't be mean to them. Like, I really want to be mean to them so they speak, but I can't. Like, they have something, I don't know what, that just makes me unable. It's like a child. Like, you can't hurt a child.
I mean, I'm a trap master. I can always set up a non-lethal fun time.
All right. Well, I was just gonna ask if anyone had some rope or twine.
Sadly, I don't have any on myself.
Basic supply. I don't have any rope.
Micah, have you removed yourself from the kobold?
No.
Okay.
I don't have ropes. Sorry, I got a bowstring.
Micah, put on the grocery list. We need rope. Next time we're in town, we need rope.
Yes,
it's the second time we needed rope and we don't have it. So
We do that a lot.
Yep. I'll put it on. It's on the old noggin list. I got it.
I would have found it out of character. I would have found it funnier if Micah, while laying on a kobold, pulls out his rucksack, pulls out a notepad, and starts writing on the grocery list like rope. Like he's still laying on the kobold.
You know what?
I do
Fuck it,
still
that's what
have a
happened.
writing kit, but okay.
That is exactly what happened. Except he has to go through like 3 different notebooks to find the right one that has a shopping list on it.
Fair enough. Jaken, a quick glance at the dead kobold. What marking does he have? Can we identify the clan?
Yes, he's a viper kobold.
Okay, so part of the people that supposedly got attacked. If I understood the description previous correct.
It's a shame he's dead. Otherwise, we could have healed him and sent
we could
him
have
on his
helped him.
way. Yeah.
Oh, I live! It's a miracle!
Guys, I don't think he's dead anymore.
Oh,
No.
Kind adventurers! Oh, it hurts! Get off of me!
So Swills tries to pull Micah up.
And Varkan is gonna I don't know if they have a scruff, but if they have some sort of scruff, Varkan's just gonna grab him by the scruff, the kobold, and lift him up so he can't run.
Oh, why would I run from my new friends?
All right, little guy. I'm straight up. I know it's called healing touch. I am not touching a creature of this type. Just based entirely on his rancid vibes.
Yeah.
No, the stick taketh away. We're not using the stick. Just like okay, healing touch on the kobold. There you go.
Oh my god, okay.
Oh my god, that's more than I can heal.
You healed more hit
myself.
points than he could possibly have.
Same, yeah.
He's the
That's
healthiest
glorious.
kobold you've ever seen. Even the stench washes away.
When I do that, I say, and we can take it away just as easily.
And I'm gonna look at the kobold that I'm still, kind of holding at arm's length, and I'm gonna be like, so, number one, what is your name? Because we're polite here. We're all friendly people. And number two is, what the hell happened over there?
My name is Saichi.
Don't give it a cute name.
And what happened over there was those dang wolf skulls attacked. And they killed all my friends.
Oh, so they took the horses?
Well, okay, they didn't kill all my friends. But, I got hurt. And by the time I came to, the fighting was over.
Yeah, that's fair. I can understand that. And I'm gonna look at the rest of the party. I'm pretty much. That was the only question I had, really. Like, who did that? And it's the Wolf Clan, so
So I
no
can
surprises there.
go.
Where does the Wolf Clan live? Point to the
I
little
don't
kobold
know.
with my dagger. You don't know which general area they live in? North, south, east, west?
I don't think they trust one another that much.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we don't hang out with Wolf Skull.
Yes, Micah.
Mike is gonna take back out the shopping list again and be like, directions to the closest general store where we could pick up some rope,
Micah, he
cheese,
won't know.
milk. Oh, okay.
Well, Saichi, you've been helpful. That's much better than the previous kobold we met. You're a much more friendly sort. So, yes, you can be on your way. Or if you'd like to take revenge on those wolf clan that decimated your friends, you're welcome to join us.
Posse,
I
posse.
won't burden you with just little Saichi. I'm gonna just mosey. You know how we kobolds mosey.
Yeah, we're pretty familiar with it.
So I'm gonna do that.
Usually they're going away, though.
So if you could just put me down.
And Varkin is okay with it, but just gonna give a quick glance at the party. Unless somebody has an objection, he's just gonna let him go.
Oh, bless you, kind, large crocodile thing. That's gonna be me.
Yes.
It's gonna be me.
Varkin just looks at him like waiting for him to react more. Like, that's gonna be me, and Varkin's like, bye. Like, just like,
and he's like sidewalks into the forest.
Sachets on his merry way.
okay, back on the
All of
horse's
his friends
track.
and family are dead. Nowhere to go.
Back on the horse's track. Let's find the other ones, and hopefully they stop killing each other for them, because we're gonna have little horses to bring back.
Oh, like ponies? I'm sorry. I'm done.
It's okay. You didn't have your turn yet, Caddy, so it's fine. So, Jaken, we follow the tracks south that Rose had found.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You head deeper into the woods, southeast, a few miles, and you find this overgrown trackway, which leads to an equally overgrown campsite. It looks like there were some. There are 3 old moss-covered, rotting away covered wagons. They must have been abandoned here years ago, and they kind of make up the outskirts of this corral where you see some horses. Quite a few, in fact. Dozens,
No
I'd say. No kobolds. In fact, you see
Typically
some
2 dozen.
possibly more than 2 dozen. In fact, more than 2 dozen. Yeah.
Interesting.
Rose.
You do see a few humanoid figures, but directly between you and the camp, there is a kind of a feminine-shaped humanoid sitting on a log in front of like a gently kind of rumbling fire, and she's whittling at some wood.
I look around for traps. Sneakily.
Okay, give me a notice check, wisdom.
That bonus, that -2 only applies to my
Only 2 attack rolls.
only
attack
attacks. Okay.
You should have already. It should be automatically implemented.
Yeah, I put it in.
All right, you don't see any traps.
Varkin in a whisper is gonna, get Rose's attention and say, if you can safely scout it out and let me know what we're facing here.
Oh, I forgot Taurus is with you.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I was actually about to ask, why didn't that guy fight? The hell?
Because he temporarily God forgot he existed, and so he just blinked away. But he's back now.
He got Thanos snapped
Look,
out and
sometimes
Thanos
God
snapped
forgets he
back in.
exists.
Yeah, you guys looked at him and he was like, and then he faded away. All right.
Okay, yeah. Well, I can sneak around and try and find
Okay. Well,
what I find.
on the wagon behind this woman, there is a sign, and if you guys approach, you can read the sign. It's written in 2 different languages, and my setting uses very specific languages that I definitely remember. If anyone's wondering if I remember them, the answer is.
But there are
obviously,
many.
Obviously. Okay. I
I forget how many languages. Did I write it down?
languages of Misylhae. I'd like to
Oh yeah.
scroll down to there. That's the one. Anyway, it's written in Corvish and Bedanese.
I know Corvish.
Yes.
Everyone knows Corvish.
I think it's our common language
Yeah.
amongst us.
And it says,
I wanted to be proud.
Miss L. Fyodorl, equine entrepreneur, dealer in fine horses. And she kind of looks up at you guys as you approach, keeps whittling. As you approach, Taurus will lean over and he'll say, "At least 24 of those are white horses."
I presume those are yours? Or supposedly yours, at least?
We're the only ones who breed. We're the only ones who breed white horses in these parts.
Do you tag them or identify them otherwise?
Oh no, you don't do that to horses.
Okay.
But their shoes should have the marking of our late blacksmith.
Unless they remove them, but that could be a potential.
It'd be kind of wild to de-shoe horse, but yeah, if they removed them.
Alright, so the white horses are yours and are likely yours because of you're the only one that breeds white horses. Okay.
That's it, yep. So stay sharp.
And a bunch of stolen horses also recently came this way, and then we found someone who sells horses and also probably buys horses.
Mm-hmm.
Just throwing that out there.
Hi there!
Well, hi, she says, with a very deep voice.
Same girl.
You do not have a deep voice.
I'm trying to do one.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you meant IRL. Anyway.
No.
So, Jaken, before I say my next thing, if I remember the description of the camp properly, like, the corral itself seems okay with the horses in it, and there's the lady on the log and whatnot, but the wagons and whatnot, they look old and decrepit, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's, like, it's just her and the horses that are new, everything else is, like, old.
Well, the
and
corral
whatnot.
fencing looks new.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it's just the wagons are ancient, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, ancient for wooden structures. You know, unkept wooden structures.
Almost like a spell was cast on them.
Yeah, she like points she points her whittling knife up to the side and she says, "I'm Fyodorl. You guys coming to buy some horses?"
Well, actually, we're looking for stolen horses. And we were following the tracks all the way over here. And interestingly enough, we were following white horses. And I find white horses in your corral over there. So I'm curious, how did you acquire those white horses? If I may inquire about it.
I bought them.
Bought them from, by any chance, kobolds?
Yep. If you want them, you're going to have to buy them from me.
Why would kobolds sell you the horses when they've been attacking Farmstead to steal them?
I don't know.
Yes, Micah?
Is what's the what kind of standing do we have as keepers of the law out here?
Little to none.
Yeah, pretty much 0.
Okay, so Micah is going to step forward and open up his vest to show the embroidered emblem of his school.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. Constable Ewing from the Dyrric Constabulatory Division of Equestrian Crimes. Would you mind answering a few questions?
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to
Yes.
roll me a convince with charisma.
Convince with charisma? I mean, that tracks. That's fair.
Can I help with any other skill? I don't see anything particularly useful. I could perform, but I'm bad at it, so maybe not perform. Lead's not going to be useful, so... I'll try perform. Jaken, I'll try to look intense, so to speak, like I'm also a law officer
Okay.
of some sort.
Go ahead.
Oh! Okay.
That's a +1.
I feel like my entire presence is very much in opposition to the narrative that you have constructed.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell you that a 10 didn't do it. So
Yeah, it's pretty high, I'm fairly certain.
For help?
Yeah,
you have to hit the same DC with a different skill, and the DC is higher than 10.
Yes. So good luck.
Uh-oh.
Go on.
All right. Here we go.
Oh dear lord. Nope.
I look meaningfully at Rose.
Fyodoro just kind of keeps whittling.
Yeah, because Micah's like legit like 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
And she's like legit 100 years old.
Ma'am, here is an easier solution. We take the stolen horses and leave you and yours well enough alone in exchange.
I can come to an arrangement, but I spent a lot of money on these horses. So how about this? You say they're stolen? Fine, I believe you. But I need to get square. I bought these horses at 50 silver a head. So, I'll sell them to you for that amount. I break even, you guys get your stolen horses back. Terrace is like, well, this is just nonsense.
How would the kobolds have known that they could come here to sell horses if they didn't already have a previous arrangement with someone to acquire horses?
You're real nosy.
That's kind of our thing, to be nosy.
Well, I believe. Listen, that's what happened.
Guys, I think she knows she's buying stolen horses.
I don't think she cares that she's buying stolen horses.
There's not the thing is what I'm trying to figure is whether or not she's got a relationship with the kobolds to bring her the horses.
Well,
but
that's my
there's not
suspicion.
really a good insight kind of skill for me to roll. But I could make this really inconvenient for Jaken and very convenient for us. with my remaining spell slot.
Well, I was gonna
That
say,
seems to be the case in this system.
I was noticing that notice says that I can't use it to detect a lie, but it can discern a subject's emotional state.
Wait, okay, but since we're bringing this up, wouldn't then like the gleaning something off of someone socially, wouldn't that fall under connect?
Oh, I guess so. I didn't think about connect.
Like,
I don't.
connect is usually more of like a I'm going
Amicable
out and I'm
kind of
making
thing.
connect, like it's an
Yeah.
active, but I feel like if it were to be reactive, connecting with someone reactively would be understanding like where they're coming from.
I don't think. I think notice would fall into that. Yeah,
I
because
want to
connect
try-
is it says, you know.
Would it be a charisma notice to try and determine
Yeah, I think that would make sense.
if
Charisma
she had a
notice.
reaction to me saying that?
Yeah, I'll allow that, a charisma notice.
Okay.
That's a good roll. Fyodor doesn't seem to care at all about what you guys have claimed. She seems quite in control.
All right. Well, we can change that.
Not
Well,
if my
wait.
spell slot has anything to do with it.
Because I kind of don't want to attack her. There's no point in attacking
It's
her.
not an attack technically.
No,
I mean,
I know in your case, but like Varkan does not feel that like Varkan at this point would just take the horses. Like it's one old woman. What can she do? And probably
Rose-
whoop his ass.
Rose is along the lines of, let's go find the wolf kobolds, kill them, take the silver, and then go pay her back her own money.
Yeah, but that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
that is putting ourselves in a lot of danger. Like, I don't want to go down this like evil path or whatever, but I do feel like it kind of comes out as a net neutral. It feels like she knows these are stolen. She doesn't care that they're stolen. She doesn't care that anything happened to this family or that they had their livelihood stripped from them and nearly all died. Like,
Yeah.
and if she is traveling and living alone out here, I do not think she is helpless.
No, that's the thing that Varkan's worried about. There's probably kobolds all around if she has to deal with them.
Or she's strong enough that she's not scared of.
Yeah, exactly. Like, either way, it doesn't favor us to assume she's incapable.
Yes, Micah?
Jaken,
Oh, Jaken?
you said this is in a clearing. We're still kind of in forest.
Yeah, this is a clearing in the forest. Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
And while you're thinking about the spell, Jenma, Varkan's gonna turn to Taris and simply ask, like, "Do you know this lady? Like, I've
Never seen
I
her
mean,
in my
if-
life, but
Yeah,
I don't want to know
figure.
her. She's obviously some kind of highwayman. We need to get my horses back.
yeah."
Yeah.
I look at Varkan like, you're technically the leader. It's your deal. I don't say that, but
Yeah, no, I get the stare, like the kind of like, what do we want to do here? Varkan's gonna
So,
test the waters.
Fyodor like takes her whittling knife and just throws it into the stump.
Yep.
And when she does that, all the hands start to make their way over to her.
The stable hands that we
Mhm.
didn't see before.
Yeah, the corral hands. No, I told you about them. I said there's several.
yeah,
yeah,
the
okay, there we
humanoid
go.
figures.
Yeah. Freaking new guy.
There you go. How many are there?
4. Not including her. She
What
said-
do they look now that they're getting closer? What do they look like in terms of fighting capabilities?
They look like they've been in a tussle or two, but yeah, I mean they look
They look like they're surviving out here.
Yeah,
they look
You're-
unscrupulous as well.
yeah.
I mean,
You're-
if they handle horses, they're at least a little horses
Yeah.
tough.
Well,
And she says, "I don't want no trouble. I've given you my terms. You guys have just been staring at me for a while.
Well, I've been thinking, if we were to pay you back, we would need the money that essentially you gave to those kobolds. So, question for you, where did those kobolds go?
That's actually a really good question. She just kind of shrugs and says, north?
How many were there?
I don't know, a dozen? Look, if you want to go kill kobolds, go north. If you want to buy my horses, show me the coin.
Jaken now has his map out. Kind of
Yeah.
looking around, putting a little X on.
Well,
Dealer in stolen property.
By now,
back
her 4 compatriots have moved in.
yeah, and Varkin is absolutely not impressed. Like, he makes himself look big and steps forward toward them, like, as if, like, try me. Like, just fucking try me right now, where I'm having a discussion, but this could turn south. So Varkin's gonna say, lady, listen, we don't have that kind of money on ourselves. We're trying to make sure that there's no freaking battles out here and nobody gets hurt here. Problem is that we can't just go out north and killing kobolds until the end of times until we find your money. So we need to find the ones that have your money if we want to make this deal happen without any further bloodshed here.
Whoa, hold your horses, or my horses, whoever's horses. Who said anything about bloodshed?
Technically his horses.
Well, I paid for them.
And he paid for them before you paid for them, so by law, they're his.
I raised them.
Not the white one.
No, he raised them.
Sorry, they both have the same
yeah.
voice, because she's got a deep voice.
Yeah. He raised them, so he made them, technically. Technically, they're his. He never sold them to you.
Okay,
I mean, really, it's just a question of whether we want to fight kobolds or these people.
You guys hear behind you from the tree line what sounds like a yeah.
Does that sound like a kobold nya or a human nya?
Kind of sounded koboldy, yeah.
Yeah, it sounded koboldy to me.
I mean, Rose could turn around and just look behind and be like, "What are y'all doing?"
Okay, you said you're turning around to look at the tree line?
Yeah, I got notice and alert.
Is anyone else turning around to look at the tree line?
No, I'm keeping tabs on the 4 stable hands and her.
Yeah.
Micah's nose is in his map and his notes right now.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a notice check.
Uh-oh.
You don't see anything.
I mean, I'm just gonna keep scanning it.
Fyodoro is also looking into the tree line. She's like, did you bring kobolds over here? Is that what you did?
We're no friends of kobold, but they might have followed us since they want to get horses, and you have horses.
Well,
They sold me the horses.
I mean, if you
we're friends
are
with one
buying,
kobold.
well, if she's buying from kobolds, you're friends with kobolds.
And we are friends with at least one kobold.
I would say we are willing to not kill one kobold. Let's not stretch things.
I felt like I had a connection.
You can speak for yourself.
Alright, well, back the way you came. Unless you guys are going to buy these horses, you move on. I paid for them, they're mine.
Oh, we're going with the possession is 9/10 of the law. Is that the theory we're going with?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if they were stolen. All I know is that I paid for them, and they're mine now.
So it doesn't matter if they were stolen or not. I'm just trying to be clear on where we're at ethically and morally.
Vis-a-vis stolen goods.
I'm telling you, that I paid 50 silver for 24 white horses. 50 silver each. And I'm not going to hand them over just because you guys say they're stolen.
But we could prove
Yeah, we can prove they're stolen.
they're stolen.
All right, we'll
Would that
prove it.
change your mind? Oh, okay, cool.
2 things. Number 1, my friend here, his farmstead is the only one that breeds white horses. So the only way to acquire white horses in this area is through his farmstead, especially in that large amount of numbers.
Okay.
Second thing is that horse have horseshoes, and horseshoes are crafted by a blacksmith. These horses should have horseshoes made by the blacksmith from his farm.
All that would prove is that the blacksmith sold the horses the shoes. And are you saying that Mr. Man here, you've never sold any of your white horses? He's like, well, yeah, but we just happened to be looking for, a herd of them that went missing not 2 days ago. So you're assuming that my horses weren't bought from this man's homestead and then resold to me. You're assuming they're the ones that have gone missing?
Not gone missing. We got raided by the kobolds that recently acquired a bunch of white horses that got missing in the raid, that were stolen during the raid. You don't sell horses to kobolds over yonder, outside of these woods. They take them, they steal them.
All right, well, what do you call that? That's salvage.
Okay, so salvage law.
Mike is trying to figure this out.
Well, no, I'm trying to wrap my head around what we're working with here, because we can I'm totally not throwing around terms trying to keep this discussion going for a lengthy point of time so that something else can be done in the meantime. I'm trying to genuinely, and not to cause a distraction, but genuinely
God, it sounds like you're
determine what rules you're playing by.
determine the rules of barter out here. We're obviously
I'm done explaining the rules of the barter. They are mine. I will sell them to you for 50 silver a head.
Possession 9/10 of the law. Got
Whatever.
it. That was acquired via salvage.
Yeah, there you go. Now give me my damn money or get lost.
So now when
Genma.
when we incapacitate you and your friends and we take them, that's salvage. And because we possess them, they're ours, right?
Yeah, both my beetle and this woman need to make mental saves. That's my spell slots for the day.
Well, if you're casting this on someone else, then your beetle's no longer controlled.
Every time the spell is cast, all prior subjects get an unmodified mental save.
Oh my god, it doesn't just end?
Yeah.
Okay. Gonna fucking
Patty and I had a discussion on whether both of us should take this or not.
Yeah. But
You're like,
more
actually decided we actually do want a campaign, so
Right.
right, well, here's the oil beetle. Oh,
nice.
I
This will be
forgot to flip over. All right, and then here's Theodoral. No, Theodoral's body is yours, you horrible. But the oil beetle is like, it just takes off running.
Yeah. Have the hands come nearby?
Yeah, they're all gathered up.
All right.
And she just kind of slumps and goes listless. And like,
I think you should tell them that we're gonna take these horses.
We're gonna take the horses. She cast a spell on Fjordu. Kill that dwarven bitch.
Wait, 9/10 of the possession. She's possessed.
No,
She's ours.
We own her now. Slavery. All right.
If you do want to fight us, we can just.
Oh no,
kill
it's
her.
happening. Like, yeah, it's happening. I mean, you can make those threats on your turn. They have initiative. Where even is initiative on this damn thing? Oh, 0. Okay.
I was trying to look for initiative on mine. I couldn't find it.
All right, I'll go first.
I have what's her name? It doesn't matter. She's Susan now. I have Susan walk over in front of Varka.
I want to slip into the shadows.
There are no shadows. You're out in a clearing.
I mean, can I slip away to the edge?
No.
Damn it! I wasn't sure how far away from the edge of the trees I was. 'Cause damn cold. There's no actual map.
Hey, don't forget to roll initiative for the beetle. It is its own creature.
Oh, the beetle's out.
Okay.
It doesn't want to participate in your slave trading.
Okay, well, I'm gonna open things up.
Okay, please do.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I non-lethal someone with an arrow?
Micah will step forward and slam his staff down, wind blowing his unkempt locks around. From Gaemir to Ungol, wither and decay, spill like shadow into earth, and rejoin creation!
Oh, yes.
That's a good one.
And I'm just gonna hit them with it.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Oh no, there's no saves.
Then why does it say physical save?
That's if it's a plant creature. It's a save against the damage.
All right. Well, so that just their shit gets destroyed.
All non-magical plant matter within that area immediately erodes away to dust.
Yep. All right. We got a couple naked, wearing leather armor, wielding knives or short swords in this case. But no longer. Well, actually, they probably have leather wrappings. So, yeah, mostly naked bandits. You done did it.
I wonder.
Mostly Naked Bandits is my Bare Naked Ladies cover band name.
The haft of their blades. They're made out of wood.
Most blades have a metal through like
that goes through.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the wood around that probably disappears. So now they're probably very uncomfortably holding like just loose leather around this metal bar. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd reckon that if they have a pommel, the pommel will just pop off or just fall because that would be connected to the wood. Yeah, if this were like a more intricate, then I would give them some kind of penalties for the uncomfortableness. But they still have their swords. Is the moral of the story.
Yeah, they do.
Varkan is gonna use shield, screen an ally on Genma.
I gave you this lady to
Taros
barter
is gonna
with.
shoot his short bow at the closest bandit because he's like, fuck these thieves.
I mean, I was just gonna give you this lady to bandit.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do that after he shoots.
Okay.
Hang on, I gotta get some bandits down so I can help. I got health bar because one of them took a whole 1 damage. So, all right. Who's next?
Varkan, after screening Genma, is gonna say, "I'm gonna use a skill. I'm gonna use Convince Charisma to try and intimidate and say." Are you gonna seriously fight us, risk your life for these horses when we have your boss right here, and he's gonna point at her in front of him with his sword, and you are naked, your sword's falling apart, I'm a trained fighter, we have 2 mages. Are you gonna seriously do that?
We have the high ground!
Alright, roll it. They look at each other, and one of them goes, "Man, fuck you, lizard! No one gets to see my daily parts and live."
Oh.
I mean, I can take those off for you.
What?
And I point an arrow at him.
I immediately tried to psychoanalyze that. All right, well, that's I think all that's left is Rose.
I just didn't remove them. I'm just saying.
Was saying something my turn?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I still haven't done anything other than telling her what to do.
All right, ladies, you're up.
I'm gonna tell Dan what to do.
Can I non-lethally shoot with an arrow, or do I have to have like a blunt weapon?
You can't non-lethally shoot someone.
I mean, I could aim for the shoulder and hope they pass out.
Even with a blunt weapon, that would still hurt like hell.
Yeah, and I
didn't say
went.
it wouldn't hurt. I said non-lethal. I don't want to actually kill the guy.
I went through the
You can't
weapons list.
non-lethally
And,
shoot.
yeah, they said that in the weapons list, they say only staves, clubs, and maces can be used non-lethally,
See?
other
That's what I
than
was
your
asking.
fists. Other than your fist, everything else is considered lethal. And I'm assuming for roleplay purposes, you could aim for non-lethal spots, but then if you don't first aid them, they're just gonna bleed out and die. So
His knees.
no, don't turn them into a Skyrim guard.
He used to be an equine thief, but now he took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah. Dan attacks, but he rolled a 2.
Okay. Well, yeah, Dan comes running out and they're like, what the fuck is that?
He's an uncomfortable height for them as well.
You ever seen a dwarf kid? I think this is a dwarf kid. And one of them goes, you call them children. Kids are adolescent goats.
Nice callback, Jaken.
Oh gosh. The hell can I do here?
Shoot.
I guess. I didn't want to shoot him, but
I mean, and then technically, if you shoot him and then he dies, because we're working under the auspices of possession is 9/10 of the law. He now has that arrow, so his own arrow killed him. You're not even responsible.
God damn it!
I didn't shoot him with the bullet. I planted a death seed.
Well, I missed.
Yeah,
So.
I do.
It doesn't look like it.
Why did you have a -2?
Huh?
Because she's still blistered.
Because you got the blisters. Ah, that sucks. Okay.
Yeah, I just also realized we have a healer. Probably could have gotten this taken care of.
Well,
I
it's their
can't
turn
heal the
now.
blister type stuff until I level up again.
Have you acted
There's
yet?
a heal attribute, is there?
I mean, I could,
You sicked your
hit
posse.
them,
Yeah, you
but I
commanded your
sicked
posse.
the posse, and I feel like that's enough.
Okay, you just throw gang signs and now it's their turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I'm more of like an observer and a supervisor.
Alright, they're going to charge... Well, there's 4 of them and 5 of you. So I think the one they're not going to charge is Rose. And they're going to rush in and try to attack you with their short swords. So we'll start with Genma. You're being shielded,
I'm
I
being
believe.
screened, yes.
Screened?
They need to beat at 11, otherwise they're attacking me.
They done didn't. Alright, you're getting attacked.
Twice. That's gonna be a hit.
For 5 damage. Second one's going to attack Varkin.
You have to do math on this sheet. I don't like it. 13's a miss.
Well, I can put a token down and you can...
No, that's fine. I'll do the math.
Okay. Next one's going to attack Micah. Micah.
Get fucked.
And the last one's going to attack Terrace, who has an AC of 15. No, okay.
That's a nope.
Alright, y'all turn.
Well, they're being aggressive. I tried, so I'm gonna slam the first one.
And welcome to the jam, the second one. Terrace is going to put his short bow away and draw his war axe. That's going to be his turn.
I take a 12. No, they're naked. That might hit for 10.
They still have their armor. Leather is animal based. It's just
Okay.
hanging, you know, like a like a tarp.
Well, then it's probably less than 15 AC, so they probably take 6 shock damage.
6 shock damage to the one on you. Okay.
And my move action is gonna be to continue screening Genma, obviously.
All right, I'm gonna arrange them thusly.
So Dan is going to attack the one attacking me.
Okay.
That does nothing.
That does nothing.
And then I'm going to whack the one that's attacking me with my consecrated staff. I don't
Okay.
really need to use its consecration right now, but just the staff.
Oh. That's
Oh,
gonna be
that's a
hit.
big whopping.
I mean, don't get too excited. The damage is never big, but that's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, you hit. You swapped him righteously.
Let me just double check something.
Well, you
Does
do
that
that. Terrace is...
effort?
Oh, no, Terrace switched weapons already. I already did that. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I don't need it.
I reload.
Okay. And Micah.
I
Yeah, if you can do something else, go ahead. I'm just trying to keep it moving.
I'm trying to tell. I want to tell the person who, the person I have renamed Susan, to screen me, but I have to double check the language of the spell. I don't think she can do that.
She can't do anything that is suicidal or will end in her death, but she can fight. So she can screen you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have her do that. That
Okay.
way they have to hit her if they miss me.
Done. Give him a fierce thwopping, Micah.
A fierce thwomping. Here we go.
No.
I managed to roll in the positive this time.
Remarkable. Alright, is it their turn? Alright, the one against Genma is going to roll against Fyodoril.
Oh, I thought I was still
Varkin.
screening.
Yeah, you can screen. Works for me. I don't know what happens when two people screen the same person, so I'm just going to say you rolled it, you're getting hit.
Okay.
Idiot.
Yeah, why would you do that? I've got a screen.
Oh, yeah, alright, you can hit for 6 damage. Buckwheat.
Perfect.
Alright, and then the next one's going to attack Rose.
I'll heal you next turn.
No worries.
Oh, well, Rose might need it.
You attacked the one that attacked you, right, Varkin?
Yes.
Okay. Rose, you're going to take 3. This next one's going to attack Varkin.
For some reason, I had 14
Nope.
HP instead of 13 on there.
That's a big old
No,
nope.
wait, I had that right. Damn it. And then the last one's going to attack Micah. Not the last one. Sorry. I guess this would be
Luckily,
the
there's
last.
no crit in this
Wait,
game.
no, okay, so it was Genma,
Rose.
Rose.
Varkin, and now Micah.
Isn't one of them fighting? I thought
You
One of
hadn't
them-
been
no one's
attacking,
attacking
Rose before.
Rose.
I
Yeah.
hadn't been attacking Rose initially.
Okay, so that one was actually against Terrace, but so Terrace actually took 3, not you. So go ahead and heal 3.
Oh, cool. I just thought he turned and started swinging at me.
No. Okay.
Was that last
one
one
against
on
you.
Micah?
Yeah.
Ow.
All right. So y'all's turn. Terrace is going to swing his mighty axe and miss. But I think
Varkin, how are you
he
looking?
might have some shock. Oh, yeah.
So
He does 4
about
shock
half.
damage.
You're about half. Micah, how are you looking?
Just over half.
Okay, I'm gonna do
But
Varkin.
my half is
first.
a lot less than his half. So.
Yeah. I healing touch Varkin for 10. Take a system strain.
I will take a system
forget
strain and
to
heal
do that.
10.
Genma, Varkin. Okay. Varkin, the one you're fighting, is deceased.
Perfect. My move action, I'm going to continue screening Genma. However, I think next turn I'm going to let their boss, their crony, tank.
Okay.
You might want to screen Micah then.
Oh, fair enough. I'll screen Micah.
Before Varkin steps into screen, Micah's gonna be real perturbed at getting hit and like blood like running down shoulder and whatnot. Be like, what? Die. He doesn't even do the regular incantation, just die.
Just die.
And he's gonna cast this at that boy. If it'll cast.
Is it a physical save?
I don't know. My shit
Oh,
keeps.
targets with
physical
only
save
1
for
hit
half.
die are immediately slain. All right. Glack.
Also, why does it say 3d8? It should be. I'm level 4. It should be 4d8 now.
You got to go into the back end and fix that.
Okay,
It's
I
not
will do that.
automated. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see that.
All right, yeah, you kill him. He's dead.
We've killed more than half of them.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
no.
say.
I'm gonna wait till their turn.
Yeah, no worries. I'm just.
I was
letting you
already
know.
gonna do it because you killed the first one. It's the first and then half.
Yeah.
So like I was already gonna do a morale check, but I was gonna wait till their turn. But thank you.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll shoot.
Which one? The one fighting Genma, the one fighting Terrace.
Oh, I was the one fighting Micah, but if that one's dead,
He literally just like
Terrace.
okay.
And I'm gonna screen Terrace unless Rose killed the one attacking Terrace. Oh, that looks good.
She did. He did.
Better have with that roll.
Okay, well, I'm gonna double
Dan
screen.
defends me.
Right through the eye. No dice.
That's Dan.
Yep.
Yeah, he is pretty, and yeah, I'm being screened.
Okay. Okay. So last spin, it's gonna turn and run towards towards the tree line, perpendicular to where the fight is.
I'm not chasing him. I just want the horses. I'm done with this crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
tell
gonna go-
Susan to sit down, and I'm going to drop the spell once we've left with the horses.
Can that spell make her forget what happened?
No.
Damn it.
As he's running, Taurus is going to drop his axe, draw his bow, notch an arrow, and shoot at him.
I don't care if he does that. I'm just not gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah, what he
missed.
does is his business.
He missed, yeah.
Rose isn't wasting any more arrows.
How many horses are in the pasture? No, actually, never mind. I don't need the full number, Jaken. You know what I'm
I
gonna
have
do?
it.
Just
I was gonna take them all.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
no.
also going to take them all, but
we're gonna take them all, but you know what I'm gonna do? Who has writing apparatus? I think Micah does and Genma does.
no, thank you.
No?
After my experience with horses, I am not getting on a horse. Are you kidding me?
No.
Waiting.
Writing.
Oh, writing?
write
I do.
something.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I want someone to write me a note for the lady once you release her from her hold. I'm gonna make a note next to her, like on her lap, that says, I bought these horses, now they're mine, and I'm gonna put a single silver on the note, and we're gonna take all the horses and leave.
What are we gonna do with Fyodorol? Your
Oh no, I'm making Fyodorol sit down, and we're gonna leave, and then I'm gonna drop the spell.
okay.
And
You'll have the note and the single silver, and then Micah will add a PS to the bottom of this note.
oh no.
Does she have like a coin pouch on her?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're taking that too,
Okay, yeah.
Oh no.
and then all of that leather armor from those dead bodies that are around. We're gonna take that too, and Micah's gonna go. PS. 4 sets leather armor, 4 short swords, 1 coin purse. We salvaged them. 9/10 possession. They're ours.
Okay.
What?
When you take her coin purse, it's filled with 25 gold.
Oh.
I don't necessarily want to rob this woman.
Oh, she's
Wait
been
a
robbed.
second.
She's been robbed, and she's been robbing, like I'm sorry. Is it not clear to anyone else that she is obviously aware that she is purchasing stolen horses?
No,
From
that
the
was
area.
fair. I was just gonna take the horses, but then when you're like, I'm gonna go through her coin purse. I'm like, should we? Oh, that feels a little evil. But then you're like, there's 25 gold in here, and I'm like, yeah, she's been doing this a while.
Yeah.
That's how that conversation goes.
Okay, fair enough.
And by the way, Varkin hides Micah doing this and just looks away. You know, like
I'm fairly certain. I can't remember, but I think Rose is illiterate. Like, I don't think I can actually read, so I actually have no idea what the fuck y'all are writing. I don't have it like anywhere in my notes. I'm trying to see if it's my history, but I'm fairly certain that's the case.
Okay.
I don't
You're
love
saying yes.
the idea of leaving a note because then there's no like plausible deniability. But you know what? Let's just sit her down. We'll leave her a note. And when we are
We're not signing the note.
away, I will drop the spell so she can go back to like supporting her bodily needs.
Okay.
Sure. And
Um,
we're not signing it. The note could be from anyone. And also, since it's on her and she has it, now it's hers.
So, you guys can put like 3 miles between you and the camp before nightfall. Do you want to press on through the night, or do you want to make camp in the woods and then in the morning head back to Sukuskin?
With the kobold, I'm kind of worried.
Okay, so quickly, Genma, you're using a little bit of how do I put this? It's difficult for me to know for sure the exact extent of the magecraft that you're using there, because your technique is very
Homegrown.
peasant magic.
We use folk.
So that also an appropriate moniker, yes. But as I understand it, that particular when you go through the proper channels and whatnot, and
Micah,
anyway,
get to the point, please.
Anyway, we don't have to leave. We don't have we can camp here, right here.
It's true until you end the spell. Fyodor.
Right. We could. She can
Fyodor will just
camp with us.
camp with you with her 1 silver coin.
Yeah, I know. It just feels a little awkward when it's like a sapient person.
On that, I kind of agree.
I mean, yes, but at that point, like, you could really just be like, "Hey, go into that stable over there and
Make her sit in the wagon.
go to sleep. Just go to sleep."
Terrace will say, well, if it matters, it would be easier to watch the horses overnight since they're already in the corral.
All
Alright,
all
that's kind
right.
of logical.
Yeah.
I set up traps around the camp.
Okay. All right. The night's gonna pass without incident, just because I want to move
Perfect. Yep.
on. And in the morning, Terrace says, "All right, well, these 24 white horses are the ones we're looking for, but these other 10 horses, they're extra."
Yeah.
2 of them
And
are
you
war
had-
horses.
Oh, okay.
Repeat
Anyway.
that?
2 of them
Those
are
are-
war horses.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Money.
So I'm saying you guys want to take some horses for yourself, and we can take the white horses back.
Don't you need a horse, Genma? You're riding a donkey.
No, I think
You
Genma's
guys,
done with
I think
horses.
didn't you guys stable up your horses back in
We did, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kelvad?
And my donkey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her name
I
is
would
Daisy,
like to
and I
get
think
a
she's
war horse.
technically a mule.
You want to take a war horse?
Yeah.
They're slower than riding horses, but they're tougher.
Yes. And they can kick an ant. Genma's done with horses, I'm done with hands.
Okay. You
That's
have,
what
a,
any
you
of my-
have a war horse.
That's where any of my other characters, Rose would take. I take a war horse, but Rose is like, I don't need that.
So
She'd take a light-footed horse that's almost sneaky.
so yeah, I'll take a war horse. We'll see if Micah wants one. Other than that, at this point, I think they can just keep the extra horses, or they can give it to us and we'll sell them in town. Makes extra cash for this job.
All right. Well, these other horses aren't our
Forte.
Brand.
our brand. That's it. Yeah.
There you go.
But we can rehome them.
I mean, to be fair, some of the other farmstead have been hit hard. I don't know if it could help them if they had extra horses.
Well, we're the only horse breeders in this forest, so. I mean, yeah, if you want to take them over to Cherkass or Hokel. Anyway, let's get back to Sukuskin.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. I can't find anywhere that I'm illiterate, but I'm gonna go with Rose can't read.
Micah, what you missed is that the horses, the extra horses that are not the white ones, there's 2 war horses. Varkan's taking one. The other ones, we will find somewhere to deal with them. Like maybe we'll keep them and sell them. Maybe we'll home them. But if you want one, we already have some stable that's like Sikuskan, but if you want like a war horse, you could take one if you want to. If no, whatever.
Jaken, I just saw what you put in the chat, and I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah, but the boys left. So I did it for the boys. That look from Caddy.
Do it for the boys.
Do it for the boys. You gotta do it for the boys.
Kiss your homies goodnight. Do it for the boys.
fellas. All right. I think Vegas finally saw the chat, and he, yeah. I'm not apologizing. It was a good joke. Fuck y'all. All right. Yeah. So before midday, you make it back to Sikuskan. They'll pay you for the white horses, and they'll pay you 10 silver for the other 11 horses, just to take them off your hands, kind of thing.
Well, if I'm gonna exchange my normal horse, my riding horse, for a war horse, that makes it 12 horses again.
Well, you're going to go all the way and get your horse and come back and sell it to them?
Oh, true. Okay, never mind that.
Yeah. All right. So
on that note, should we keep the extra war horse to sell somewhere else to get?
Yeah, you'll get a lot more than
silver?
Yeah, if you're willing to travel with an extra war horse.
Yeah.
We'll keep the extra war horse. So
Okay.
10 horses then, I guess.
So 10 by 10, that's the 100 silver, and then 24,
It's
20,
a total of 580.
480. Yeah, 580. I'm adding that to the party fund for right now.
Sure, easy,
Okay.
and then we can split later if need be.
Yeah.
We still haven't split the gold, have we?
Correct. I put that in the
Yeah.
party fund as
Yeah.
well.
All right. When you guys arrive and you guys have been paid out, you're invited into Sikuskan for lunch, and also Pyotr says, "There's some folk here you might be interested in meeting." He takes you inside and he introduces you to Gregor, and Gregor is with 3 other men, and they're from the lumber camp Iliakana. If it's not on your map, it's about to be. And I will also ping it. If you click on your journal notes, you should see it now.
Okay.
Iliakana. Gregor kind of he looks weary and tired. He says, "Oh, hello there. The kobolds, they attacked after dusk, and they set fire to the palisade and they overran the camp. Me and my companions here, we escaped, but the ferryman Kalanos, he was there too. We think he managed to hide, but everyone else was either killed or captured. Including Pyotr's brother, Stefan, who I believe you know."
Yes.
"I believe he was one of the ones taken captive."
These are definitely wild lands. Trouble never seems to stop. So I presume that you would like adventurers or pathfinders to go seek and rescue the kidnapped folks.
Pyotr's like, "Well, I was gonna work my way up to it, but I don't think anyone else here has the skills to go hunt down my brother."
And
Don't
Var-
forget to heal one system strain, everybody, because I definitely did.
oh, true.
Anyway,
Varkan's gonna lean down to Micah and say, just quickly, Micah, before I continue here. If they kidnap someone, that person does not become salvage and does not belong to them, correct?
So Technically, under the 9/10 possession law, that involves only inanimate
Okay,
property.
perfect.
Now, out here, slavery.
I think it should be clear that I have dropped the spell, by the way.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
By this time, I would have done so, but I didn't say it because it was
Yeah,
we were camping and then we're here. So
Yes.
just throwing that out there.
But yes, you are correct. They would not qualify as salvage and therefore possessions.
Jacob's like, God damn it. All right. And what other details do we have about the whereabouts? Like, do we know where they went or where their main camps are? Like, do we have any other details as to what the mission would entail? Or are we going in blind trying to save people? We don't know where they are at anymore.
We have no idea where the wolf skulls make their camp.
Man, wolf skulls sure get around fast.
Yes. Well, they're on the back of wolves.
But we know the kobolds camp here in the Dyrric.
Where is it?
The forest.
The Dyrric forest. The forest we're in.
Okay. They're just, we know it's somewhere in here and that's it.
Yep.
Well, that's a large amount of scouting to do.
Was there any indication of what direction they came from when they took people?
I swear on the first, if someone says north, I'm going to lose my shit.
Gregor shakes his head and he's like, "No, we got out of there before we saw where they went. We didn't want to become among the taken or the killed."
And that has occurred a couple of days earlier, if I'm understanding the timeline proper.
It was yesterday, actually.
Yesterday.
So while we were dealing with Horse Lady.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to turn to the party. I'm going to say, if we're about to do this, the only thing I can see is we go into the forest and we find kobolds until we find one that knows where they are. Pretty much a best bet.
I have questions.
Well, there you go. Go ahead.
Well, there you go. What do kobolds stand to gain by keeping live prisoners? This is a genuine question. I don't know their culture. I don't know what they want.
Your guess is as good as mine.
So is there also a possibility that their prisoners don't stay live for long?
Again, your guess is as good as mine.
I mean, we don't know the wolf clans. Maybe people.
You cut out,
What?
but you made a
I
very
know.
good point.
What?
Can you
I
say it
said
again?
the wolf. We already know the wolf clan sold horses. Maybe they're selling people.
Yes, Micah.
Yes, go ahead, Mike.
So as far as I understand from researching the history of the region, no, this is very out of sorts for kobolds.
Yes.
But we are also aware that there is some movement among the forces that shall remain unnamed. And this could potentially be, if I understand correctly, the kobolds at one point, not necessarily members of the army, but were definitely a servitor race.
Not really. They're kind of their own faction that just do their own thing. Again, no one knows where they come from. Okay. On that though, I know it's been 104 days since our last session. So, when you questioned the kobolds that you captured from the siege,
they talked about Vlak.
They talked about Vlak, and they were taking orders from Vlak. And I believe you guys were under the impression that Vlak was an Erasm.
Yes.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So it isn't
Naked
necessarily.
daughter. Sorry.
My question still stands that, like, out of character. Jinma is asking, like, what is the point of pursuing these people if they might not even be alive?
That is a valid question, but also, do we know that they're not alive? Do we know
No,
that?
that's what I'm asking.
So Jenma, to answer your question, kobolds don't typically take people. They take horses, they take goods, they take things, not people. They don't care about people usually, but they also typically don't league up together. The fact that they have a Vlak that seems to have gathered them together seems to change their battle plans and their way of acting. So I don't think the kobolds took the people because they're kobolds. I think it's Vlak taking the people for a specific reason. So based on this assumption, I'm thinking that they might still be alive. There would be no point in them taking live captive and having to feed them and having to take care of them if they didn't want them alive. They would just kill them on the spot.
So this leads into another thing. If Vlak is an Erasm, do we think we're capable of clearing an entire camp of kobolds and their Erasm leader?
Yes, Micah?
Yes, Micah.
Excellent point. However, I would like to counter it with what we have seen from the kobolds thus far, and Micah will point at the red blade that
Yep, that I have.
that Varkin has. And goes, we don't have to take out the whole camp. We just take the head off the snake.
So
That's the
So what-
baby. That's why we were gone for 104 days. There it is,
Yes.
right there. That's her.
That's her, officer.
That's her, officer.
So yeah, no, it's not a bad idea to try and remove the leadership, especially this Vlak, because it's causing a lot of issues in these parts. I think that if we were able to find and remove that Vlak, it would stop a lot of these issues out here, and we could focus on the matters of hand of people trying to survive out here. But yeah, first concern is saving these people. We need to find where they are and hopefully try to find them.
Well, what would you guys consider a reasonable commission
Incentive?
for this for rescuing my brother? Since we don't know where he is and all that.
I didn't want to bring rewards or incentive up now because you guys have gone through quite a lot already. Several farmstead burned down. Now the woodcutters camp burned down and everything. Like, you guys have a lot of setbacks. So if my groups is agreeable, because we're all in this together, and if you are also agreeable with this, I think we should scout out what the mission will entail, try to succeed it. If we succeed it, we can talk reward once we're back.
Well,
1,000 gold.
I was gonna say Rose would be okay with that just because she is against slavery.
I'd rather
so-
agree to terms now, so that I believe the four of you are good and honest folk. But once you have my brother, you will have me at a disadvantage. I'd rather we settle on a fee now, and then I can.
Yes, Jenma?
I have an idea.
All right.
One cabin at your camp for our uses to return to during our time working in this region. It would be just a small house, 4 beds.
Small stable to keep her.
As part of your walled-in compound. When you're rebuilding, just factor that in.
I think this works for me as well.
Yeah,
Is that
I
an
like
acceptable reward?
Spell it out to me.
A cabin, 4 beds, or sorry, a cabin that can house 4 people, so us, and a some spaces in your stable for our horses.
So
When you
wanna,
rebuild.
you want us to add a room for you here at Sekuskin?
Yeah.
Done.
Perfect. Yes, Micah? Also, Micah, just before you talk very briefly, I want to say that this raising of hand is really useful, but I think we might need some sort of speaking apparatus that we can just
no. The ground opens up and swallows new guy, not Varkin. New guy.
All right, Micah, go ahead.
We're not going to be the D&D streamers who have talking sticks.
Could I also
Spirit sticks.
could I also ask for some space in the tower?
Well, if you join the homestead, we'll figure everything out. Including some space in the tower, yeah.
Thank you.
All right, well, this is getting more emotional than I suspected. Now, do you guys want to stay for dinner? We'll have a small feast. Farewell while we get provisions for you.
Do you happen to have any rope?
Yeah, we got rope.
That fucking rope.
Who travels around the chamber and ain't got no rope?
Yeah, who does that?
Yeah,
Can we borrow some?
That's
We are out of rope.
We used it all.
Micah will take out the list, scratch off rope.
Yes, that's that on the screen. Yes.
Do you think they'd let
milk
me
and
refill
cheese?
my arrows with all the ones they had lying around the rooms?
Yes, you can refill your arrows.
Man, we had a lot more to ask for after we realized they had rope and provisions.
Wait a minute, hold on. You guys got rope. That's all we need. We'll go find your brother. Just give us that rope.
We like throw aside, like, we don't need the cabin anymore. Just give me the rope.
Are we all okay with the cabin idea?
Yes, no, it's amazing.
Okay.
It's a good thinking.
Yeah, 100%. Base of operations out here is probably a really good idea. Like a, you know, where you hang your hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm halfway to my character goal. I don't know about you guys.
So, do you guys want to go all the way back to Kelvad to get your horses, or would you like to take some of the horses?
I figured we'd take some down there, sell them, and then pick them up and bring them back. Or
We gotta go look
pay
for the
someone to bring
brother
them for
first.
us.
Yeah, we gotta look for the family first.
Yeah, we could ask someone from the homestead, be like, hey, will you like go back down and like get our horses and bring them back up here since we're gonna be here, sort of thing.
Yeah, okay.
Extra.
You guys won't leave as soon as you want. They'll like add another day. Also, the ferryman's dead. So actually,
The ferryman's dead.
the transportation to Kelvad is kind of nebulous. They'd have to go by foot, which would be
Yeah, I
a
don't
little
feel like
over
we're
a
gonna.
day just to get there.
I'm not riding any horse. Step 1.
Well, they don't have
Okay.
any. They don't have any.
They don't have any mules.
Or donkeys or mules. Yeah.
I'm not riding a horse.
I just thought we could go back and get them after we save those people.
Yeah,
Right.
no.
But in the
Okay.
meantime, do you want some transportation?
I have my
Oh,
war
yeah.
horse.
Well, we took an extra war horse, didn't we? Or
Yeah,
no?
that's two. You have two horses right now.
Well, we can ride double. War horses are big and strong.
You can
It's
borrow a
okay.
horse, so that way
It's
you'll
okay,
have three.
Jen. I'll ride with you.
You guys can borrow a horse, then you'll have three. So that way, only two of you have to double up.
Ride with Varkin.
Hey, look,
All right.
my wife and my daughter. That's gonna be Genma and Rose, because Genma is a dwarf. So
Emma's riding with Birkin. I've got Micah, who's
I know,
probably
but
embarrassed as all hell.
I just wanted
No.
to.
No,
Oh,
at
it's
this
actually
point
cool.
we're borrowing a horse, so you can have the
Oh.
war horse, and Micah will. No, actually, you can have the borrowed horse. Micah is riding solo on the extra war horse. All
Rose is perfectly okay with that.
and then we get wherever we are going, and
She's gonna
Micah
spend the
just
whole
sits
time
there
being like,
helplessly waiting for
Micah,
someone to
you
help him
look
down.
so noble on that horse. Just building him up.
All right, so we have the feast, and I presume we head out again to start looking for tracks and stuff like that.
Okay, so at this part, we're kind of opening out into a kind of like a sort of hex crawl, right? Normally in hex crawls, they use 6 mile hexes. We're using 3 mile hexes, so you guys can spend a day exploring 3 adjacent hexes.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be.
That night you guys have a feast. Anything you guys want to do at the feast, or do you want to move on?
They didn't have a whole lot of details. We already kind of asked all our questions. Unless somebody else has additional questions, I think. I suppose we could rest and then start the next day.
Yeah,
so
you're
that
gonna,
we
you're
start
gonna do
fresh.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the other thing Rose would do would be like, okay, so here's how we can make the locks in your gate and houses better.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna assume that we don't need to roleplay the feast. You guys have it, because I don't want to play.
Yeah.
12 12 distinct NPCs. All right. So you guys are gonna have a feast, and then you're gonna sleep, and then in the morning with the borrowed horse, you're gonna head out into the Dyrric forest, and we're gonna go on our break. We will be back. Hypothetically, 17 after. That'll give us a 15-minute window to tuck the kids into bed, have snacks, drink water, all that good stuff. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We got another hour 43 approximately of Dire Roll, Embers of the Vale, The Great Return. And yeah, we will see you then. Be back. Hello everybody, we're back. Sorry for the dead air there for a moment. We were sorting something out in the very last second. There was some confusion amongst the players about the first weekend in May. What I mean by that is May 1st. Just yeah, May 1st, no stream. That's what I meant. Okay, so yeah, you guys ready to begin your exploration of the Dyrric forest and beyond? You're not limited to just the forest. So, oh, pie, just suddenly had to yawn. You guys have on your map the scene of battle and the bandit camp, and you know that from the bandit camp, the Viper kobolds went north, which is, much more than half of the Dyrric forest. You guys also have, I believe you have Cherkis, Segenyev, Iliakana, and Hokul all on your map, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually can't see them.
What?
You have to click on the
I did.
bookmark.
It's weird. I'll try refreshing it, see what happens.
No. You click on the left side. The left side, the little bookmark icon on the far left. Left side of the screen, you see the little bookmark icon? Click that. There
Oh.
you go.
That's what that does.
Yep. So you guys have some clues as to, where to go. You just, tell me where you want to go. It might behoove us. I'm going to use Varkin just because he's kind of the de facto party leader. So Varkin,
Sure.
You're going to be our... I'm going to make this token smaller. You're going to be our you are here kind of a...
Mm-hmm. So knowing that they hang in forest, and knowing that from the bandit camp here,
Well, that's frustrating.
they went southeast, if I'm not mistaken. I think we should start.
They went southeast from the scene of the battle. Because
Yes.
Bandit Master got the horses.
Oh yeah, and we didn't follow any other tracks further than
Yeah.
that.
Now, when I was at the scene of battle, I did find wolf tracks. Which way were they headed?
That's perfect. What?
At the scene of the battle, I did find wolf tracks that faded. Which way were they headed?
North?
Okay, cool. Well,
North.
So then I think our best bet is to head here. If you say that you saw them going north, and then start doing these hexes over there.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So where do you all want to go?
So
Yeah,
I
we
think.
can move 5 hexes a day, right?
Okay, can I move it?
Yeah, it's technically your token. Oh, actually, I think I just took it away from you.
Wow.
All right, I'll give it back to you.
The stick taketh away.
There you go. Now you can move it.
So I think while keeping our eyes peeled for wolf tracks, I think what we can do is this. Hold on, I need to alternate between bookmark and moving the token.
Oh yeah, those are 2 different layers. Yeah.
So like skirt the forest
1,
like this,
2,
like
3.
we would be inside the forest but going north and keeping our eyes out for wolf tracks and see if there's any fresh one. And then at the battle site we can find the tracks. As it's been a day, so I doubt that they've been completely erased, that Rose has found, and then from there start looking in these X's.
Okay.
Is everybody in agreement with this?
Yeah, I mean, it's as good as plain as any.
All right. So which hexes are you exploring?
Well, first the battle one that we're on, and then most likely the north one, since that's when the tracks.
That's where the tracks led.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm assuming the 4th movement would be exploring this X, and the 5th move going into this X.
Along the way, Micah kind of wants to chat briefly with Genma regarding sometimes folk magic does things that traditional mages aren't prepared for. So like I know, like, for one, when we get out there and we find something, if we need to like scout it out a little bit more, I've got some things that can help with that. I didn't know if there was something that you've got that like maybe we can coordinate our magical effort.
All right. Yeah, how would Micah go about asking that?
Almost in exactly those words.
Okay, that you have something capable of scouting.
Well, by focusing on my proper education and those techniques, I can tap into the arcane web that ties us all together and extend my senses.
I'm just gonna copy paste something into the chat real I would prefer if you shot straight a little with me on this. I have some magical acumen, which was granted to me through mysterious traditions you could not possibly comprehend or whatnot, whatever. And some of those include things you can do, like causing yourself to disappear. I believe you've got that one.
Yes.
And the ability to create a sort of yoke of energy that greatly harms people.
Yes.
Okay, so those are things we share.
Right.
I would not necessarily say I've got much other than that. And, well, literally, there's the ability to compel people physically. That's a new one. Kind of an.
It's remarkably impressive too. Like your grasp of the nuance there in making sure that you're not completely frying the arcane connections in their brain, while also you've got quite the touch for it.
Much like myself just now, Jinma squints. I also really love the idea that this is still happening like on horseback, so I'm just kind of like sitting in front of Arkin while like
And Varkan, not understanding half of what's being said, says like, "Good job making friends, Micah."
I'm trying.
Yeah. I don't think necessarily that the things I do are the things that you do.
Oh well, no, obviously.
But as far as getting an idea of what it is I am capable of, all you need to really concern yourself with is those are the things I can do. And I am capable of stitching up some wounds.
Right. No, understandably, I wasn't necessarily anticipating much in the way of versatility. But I mean, to coin a phrase, if you're a blunt object smashing at things with your magical prowess, you are quite the blunt object, and I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. I, as you can imagine, would not make use of these skills in polite society.
Oh yes, no, understood. We are. It's
right.
Frightening
You
arcane
would
powers.
use of those skills in polite society,
Unless absolutely necessary, yes.
or ever at all. What we do is kind of a dark and forbidden and shameful thing.
Enma, who hurt you?
I'm laughing out of character, but Jinma is not laughing. She's like, obviously.
What? I am so sorry that someone has you convinced that what you do is shameful. It's beautiful.
Looks over at Lizard Man, looks at Micah, and goes, "The other day I made a woman use her body as a shield."
Yes.
Varkan looks at Micah, like back at Micah and back at Jenma, and says, "You see, Micah, what she's saying is that using magic on people can lead to outcomes that would normally not occur, and thus, I think if I'm understanding Jenma correctly, in society we should be careful about using such things because could lead to difficulties, power grabs, blah blah blah. Like we can mention that, but
Torches,
Jenma,
pitchforks. I've heard all the horror stories.
but Jenma, just letting you know that despite the qualms about using magic on people, like the person that was stealing horses, it was an amazing tactical choice that you made.
Oh, and like deeply unethical.
And again, the semantics of ethics when it comes to the application of the arcane, I'm not gonna say we're above, but we're definitely like on a parallel ethical level. When you step into the arcane, ethics are different.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you know that I didn't go to school for it. I imagine that's something they teach you.
Oh no, my sophomore dissertation was actually on ethical ethical applications in as you termed it, polite society. No, I understand exactly where you're coming from. I just, one of these days I'll have you read it. It's if I say so myself, it's eye opening.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you two are getting along. I wish I could partake more, but you see, I'm just a basic lizard.
I was saying, meanwhile, Rose is like, Micah, you're riding that horse with such confidence.
Thank you. I'm really I really think I'm getting the hang of it. So the crux of it then, Jenna,
To tie a bow on it?
yeah. So if it comes to magically scouting out things, I'll handle that one on my own.
Unless you are in need of being obfuscated, I think you've got it covered.
Okay. Well, you keep at it, and when I'm doing it, I'll just pay attention, and maybe you can pick something up.
Yeah.
Micah is laying it out there. Vegas is having a really hard time keeping the straight face on this one.
I have a really, okay, out of character, I have a really cool graph to show you on the differences between high and low magic.
I mean, hell, out of character and in character, I want to see that.
Okay. Varkin, who's at the head of the trio of horses?
Potentially me, unless we need eyes. If we need eyes, Rose would be
okay,
ahead.
so Rose, you're at the head of the convoy. And ahead amongst the trees, you spot some shapes of people on the ground.
I want to call a halt and then just slowly approach myself while searching for traps and being sneaky, as I am.
If you're on a horse, I don't know how sneaky you can be unless you drop down.
I was going to get off the horse.
Okay, perfect.
All right, why don't you give me a stealth check with Dex?
You mean sneak?
Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. Oh, you guys all got a month's worth of food.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, and a rope.
I deleted it off my notes.
Okay.
I also presume I don't have that -2 anymore, right?
Yeah, it's definitely been a day. Okay, so Rose, you sneak up and you find a pair of bodies. A human in kind of earth tone clothing, a tattered cloak, and a kobold. They both seem to be lying on the ground, and as you kind of inch closer, it appears that they've both run each other through with swords.
Is there any indication of where this guy came from? Like, I check his clothing for emblems and...
Give me a notice wisdom. Okay. Maybe didn't like that. Maybe didn't like that. Okay. I'll try to do this scene without giving you any more rolls, huh? You see that he appears, he's got a longbow and a quiver of arrows on him, and you also spot, not far off, grazing, is a mule with a pack. And coming out of the pack, you can see kind of animal pelts. So you kind of surmise that this guy may be like a trapper, which means he could be out in the woods on his own. You're not sure where the kobold came from.
I mean, he's a kobold. He could have just jumped him thinking it was an easy catch. There's no signs of traps or anything like that?
Nope, no traps.
Okay, well, I call the others forward.
As I approach, I want to look at the kobold and see if he has any identifying marks.
Sorry, I was distracted. What?
Does the kobold have any identifying marks that would tell us which clan he belongs to?
Yes, he was of the formerly known as Red Blade.
Yeah. Okay. So, not particularly useful in this case. Do I need to roll anything to know how recent this was?
It couldn't have been too long ago. No more than a day.
Any more tracks outside of the immediate surrounding?
No, and what you learned of the Red Blade kobolds from the captured one is now that their leader's dead, they're kind of disbanded. So this kobold could have just been on his own.
Mm-hmm. And since there's no like 6 other kobold footsteps going away, we can assume it was on his own. Either way, in this case.
Yeah.
Rose already went through the guy's vest to see if he has any signs or anything.
No, he just has a coin purse, bow and arrow, the sword he has that is currently inside the kobold.
And there's the mule with the pack. I'm gonna go approach the mule with the pack.
Okay. The mule has mini pelts like bear, beaver, deer, that kind of stuff. Totaling in value for all the pelts is 35 silver. There's also a one-man tent, a bedroll, some dried food, enough for a week, a cloak, 40 arrows, 50 feet of rope, and you find a sort of angular vial with the seal of Sinar Ket on it, and inside is a red liquid.
Micah, Jenma, and I'm gonna show the vial. I have no idea what that is.
What is it?
It's a vial.
Well, no shit.
It has liquid in it. It's the reason I'm calling you. I have no idea what the hell it is.
Micah,
Also,
you want to take a look at it?
Yeah, let me.
Also, Jenma, if you wanted a mule, we have one now. I like the thumbs up.
Just super briefly, other than I got cloak, 50 foot of rope, the vial, a week of rations, 35 silver,
Arrows.
40 arrows, thank you.
Well, 35 silver worth of pelts.
Yeah, they're pelts right now, but
Okay, hold on.
So you can put that in treasure under pelts.
He does have a coin pouch, though.
and the cloak, I'm assuming, is just basic cloak, no logo, no nothing.
Yeah, it's just a cloak.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just kind of throwing all of that under party fund for right now.
Sure.
Did we have a note for party fund, by the way? No, I was just keeping it on my notes. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. I do the thing.
Yeah, you don't have to look at this vial long to know what it is. It is a elixir of sanctified healing.
Oh, that sounds useful.
Elixir of
I can add it to someone's inventory.
Who
wants it?
I feel. Micah wouldn't say this, so I'm not going to say it.
Well, do you say what it does?
Yeah, you would know what it is.
It's magical healing.
Yeah, it's a healing potion.
Well, Varkin's is gonna look at the rest of the folks and is gonna say, I think Jenma should have it. She's the healer.
Along that vein, I can only heal one person at a time. I feel like it would slow things down if I also had to manage a potion.
While I agree with this statement, Jenma, there's also the case that if I'm unable to protect you and you need to protect yourself, you would have a potion on hand. Although I suppose your healing serves the same purpose.
Or but what if what if something happens and Jenma can't heal herself? Then that
Okay.
potion could be used on Jenma.
But then to save time, somebody else should be carrying it. So I'm thinking, that's a hard choice because
I'm
both.
thinking Rose.
Yeah, Rose and Micah both have some solid survival skills in battle, so.
I just think Rose goes out ahead a lot.
Fair point.
If she's too far away, I can't help her.
And she could use it in emergency. Rose, are you down to carry the potion?
Yeah, I can carry that.
Perfect.
As she starts rummaging through her pockets to find one that doesn't have anything in it.
Actually, point of order, the Sanctified Healing Elixir has a load of 1, which means Rose can't carry it. She's at capacity. So,
Oh shoot, am I at capacity now that I have the rope?
So I put my rope. I don't have it as worn or stowed because it's basically on my horse.
for some reason, you're stowed.
Didn't even notice that.
Patty, your stowed
Yeah.
says 29 out of 14.
Yeah, I'm saying that now. But does backpack not assist in that? Let me.
No, backpack in this one, it doesn't assist in lowering your load. All it is so that you can say that you have things in there, and it itself does not count towards your load.
I think it's the rations,
I think it's the rations.
but those are probably on the horse, so I'm going to uncheck your stowed button. There you go.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah,
Rations are heavy.
Yeah,
for some reason,
4 pounds for a week.
it's like you gave us a month of
Yeah.
rations, so I.
Yeah, but yeah, we're assuming those are on the horse, right? So you have enough room for the elixir, but yeah, Rose can't carry anything else.
Same with me. With Micah.
I'll be the pack mule then.
What the fuck? So my rummaging through my pockets after a while ago. I actually I have no room in my pockets.
Well, you want
I'll-
to? I mean, you can put the rations on the horse, and we can uncheck that from your stowed, and that'll clear up the majority of your space. You want to do that, babe? Just nod if you want to do that. Okay, she wants to do that. I'm gonna give her the Sanctified Healing. She's burping a
Perfect.
baby. All right.
Makes sense.
All right.
Cool.
I lead the mule back to Jenma, so she can use it either as a companion or riding if she prefers. And I guess we'll continue on our way. We have no identifying things. If it helps, Varkin will try as best as he can to commit this man's features to memory as best as he can, so that if we ever encounter somebody who's like, I lost my husband in the woods to the north, it's like, well, he's dead, lady.
Okay.
Maybe with a bit more tact.
Yes, of course.
Is Varkin gonna like say anything about doing that?
Yeah. Varkin's just gonna say, before we leave, I'm just gonna try to remember this man's face, so that if we find a missing poster or something like that.
Like I will come over with a sheet of paper and a charcoal pencil and hand it to you.
I can't do this. I'm not artistic. Can you do it for me, Micah?
Micah will do his best to sketch down this man's face.
No, I actually have points in craft. In
The
theory, I
man,
can do
in
it.
addition to his quiver of arrows, and his large bow, he had 3 gold, 8 silver on his person.
3 gold, 8 silver. Okay, hold on.
We're gonna have a lot to divide at this point. Okay, let's make it a group goal. Next time we take a rest at our newfound cabin, we split the bank.
Okay. I think you guys are gonna not be able to travel much further before you stop for the night and make camp.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, that makes sense.
Okay. Oh, did you guys want to take the mule?
Yeah.
Yes, I gave
I'll
it to
take it.
Jenma.
Yeah, Gemma's got the mule.
I must have missed that. Cool. I'm gonna roll this die.
What die? No rolling dice.
No,
Okay.
please don't roll die. You don't have to. Everything's fine.
All right. The next day, you guys want to pick 3 hexes to fully explore?
Since we're doing north, we're gonna do north. So I'm gonna. Can I draw?
Yeah.
You might regret giving us this feature.
Oh, I know what I'm in for.
I think these 3 group. Are we good?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like it.
How do I delete these next?
Hang on, leave them there.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You guys spend a day, and let me roll a die. All right, you guys spend a day exploring those 3 hexes, and you don't find anything. It's just woods. So I'm gonna move you. Where do you want to end?
Depends on where we wanted to go next. So before we end on any of these X's, do we want to go east to the right, or do we want to go north?
Or do we want to go into Sigenyev and ask
yeah.
if anyone's seen any?
Yeah, that's a fair thing. Okay, Jaken, I think that's a good plan. Let's end top left,
Okay.
and then next day we can go into Sageniev briefly and see A, if it's been raided, and B, if not, have they seen anything?
You know what we can do is that we can actually do a 6-mile radius. Oh, okay. You guys could explore a lot more than 3. Did you want to explore all of these?
Yes, I
let
think
me
that covers
see.
our basic 3, and then yeah, sure.
Because that's a 6-mile radius. All right. So that being said, you do find something. Find something right here.
Ta-da!
Perfect. All right. Let me get to the right page.
Oh, and we had a day of rest, so 1 less system strain.
Yeah,
Yes.
you find
Thank you.
a hillock, and in the hillock you find a tunnel, a cave entrance going down. But when you peer down it, you see a rather crude wooden door.
Are there any signs nearby that wolves are around? Or have been around?
Why is Micah hurt?
Micah took damage in the fight with the horse hands.
Aren't
Yes.
In their natural
He would
healing.
have healed.
Yeah,
I was
natural
just
healing.
about to ask it.
Yeah, natural healing, I believe, is amount of HP equal level per day of rest.
Yeah. Assuming you're not
Oh.
frail, which yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I'd be back
Covers
to
its
full.
level in lost hit points every night. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm back to full.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
All right. The reason I asked that is because.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let me preload the scene. Activate.
I'm glad that I'm no longer having this lag in Foundry that we had Thursday.
That was weird. Another thing I remember months ago that when we did the Sekuskin siege, and I'm like, I hope you don't mind this map. Vegas said, I don't mind using battle maps as long as you do the battle maps in the old school style. So that's what I did.
I love you so much for that, by the way. This looks really good.
Yeah. So everything's blue.
Okay, so tunnel in a hillock, and I don't think we've got Jenma's answers on. Have we seen any sort of wolf tracks or wolf signs around this place?
Nope, you haven't found any tracks at all. Yeah.
Does
Go ahead.
you can go ahead and check for traps and whatnot. While
Oh, actually, the wooden door. You guys see a large wooden door, daubed with a crude painting of a bloodied sword, and it stands slightly ajar. So it is both a door and a jar.
Obligatory jar joke, yes.
I'd be mad, but you're
I'm a dad
so
of
that's okay.
3 kids, so it's my prerogative. You have to accept it.
3 times the amount.
Since we've
We get it. You had sex.
we've skipped it a couple of times this session. Night falls. That was a whistle explosion, but my microphone didn't activate. So
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
Rose, go ahead and check it out for a little bit, and Jaken, so you
Ladies
said
first.
so there's a sign with a bloodied sword.
Mhm.
So that kind of answers my question. That doesn't look like somebody's home. That looks more like a gang hideout or something like that. So I'm not too worried about.
You've seen the symbol before.
Oh yes, I took notes. Hold on, isn't that the people that attacked our boat?
Or
Yes, it's the sigil of the Red Blade Kobolds.
Oh, true. I'm gonna preemptively sheath my shield and my sword. I'm gonna bring out the red blade. I'm gonna be wielding the axe for now.
Okay.
Let
That's
me
right, I
update
forgot
my
you
sheet.
had that.
Okay, so once Rose clears us for the gate that there's no issue, I think we're just gonna peek in.
Well, Jaken, do I need to roll nothing?
You want to roll notice to see
I
if there's any
do.
traps?
Ah.
Okay. You don't find any traps. However, from the cave beyond, you catch the unmistakable stench of kobolds. And for just a moment, you hear an echoing sound like the rustle of a leather robe, then silence.
Well, it smells of cobalt, and I think there's someone else here. I smelled leather. Sounded like a robe.
Should we attempt to sneak in despite our group not being sneaky?
I don't
I mean, you guys
see.
might not be sneaky.
Yeah, I don't see any point in checking this location.
The only thing I'm wondering is if it's the Red's Blade, there might be kobolds in there, and if there's kobolds, they might be able to point us toward where the wolf guys would be.
We have been told time and time again that the factions do not know where one another's hideout is.
No, but the territory, the general territory, could save us a little bit of time.
I'm going to be honest at this point. If we ask them for where the territory of their rivals are, they're going to say north. It's just going to be north.
Fair point. We could mark this place on our map and come back.
Yeah, I think it's worth clearing, but right now we're on kind of a time crunch.
Is it worth at the very least getting a peek inside to see what is there?
I thought that was what just happened.
Oh, did we peek?
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
peeked.
peeked
It's
at the
dark.
door.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Smells like a kobold's home. There's someone inside.
Okay, well, while you guys think about this, I misspoke about the pelts. They're worth 35 gold, not 35 silver.
We will update.
I mean, I could try sneaking in further.
Would you like to be extra sneaky?
Oh, that's right. You can do that. If you guys want me to scope it out, then yes. If not, we can come back another time.
You won't be able to see if it's
Yeah,
dark.
you're a human and it's pitch black.
Mm-hmm. My vote is I don't think it's worth it. But if y'all think it's worth it, we can do it. Just putting my 2 silver out.
Yep, and while I'm all for trying to find more treasure and whatnot to reinforce our group's coffers, I agree with Genma. I think these are not the wolf skulls. I agree with Micah saying they would probably say
These are
they're
not
going
the
to be north.
kobolds you're looking for.
So I think we should mark the location on our map and come back later. It might be looted by then, but whatever.
As long as we can make it back to ensure that they're not terrorizing the community.
That is my main concern.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I could always set up a lethal trap here. It won't get all of them, but it'll hurt them.
The only
Maybe.
worry I have is that if this cave was inhabited by something else than a kobold that might not be hostile, I don't want to cause hostilities either.
I could do not they don't have to be lethal traps. I could just set up traps.
I feel like I remember traps being like a fairly a limited resource. I'd rather save your skills.
Yeah, I would
have
keep them.
materials, but I was thinking like things you can make in the forest, like old fashioned, rope on the ground catches you by the ankle, or the Team Rocket solid trap of dig a pit and cover it with leaves.
But no, it's a good idea, Rose, but I don't think it's going to be worth it. I think we mark it on the map and we come back later.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Jaken and his priestess and count.
Well, he made this map. I feel bad, but also it's like, man, we're going after a certain group.
Yeah.
We also just agreed we're coming back here.
Yeah. So their counter's not wasted.
They're getting spanked.
All right, so the red blade layer should be on your map. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, let me.
Yeah, right now we're not on the map. Yep, it is.
Cool. All right.
So yeah.
So that's where you are for the day. I'm going to delete that there. A 6 mile radius. And then you guys are gonna rest again. So if anyone has system strain, you guys are, and I hope you keep track of your food.
Well, the rations are by 5-day increments.
Yeah.
Or,
so keep track of every
increment.
5 days. Will you?
Yeah. So we're on day 3?
Yeah, I think this is day 2 of leaving Sekuskin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you're starting day 3. Yeah.
We're headed there.
You're headed there. All right. You guys get there a little after midday.
And we seek
Sigenyev. Yes, Sigenyev. All right.
I also have to briefly do a quick run. I'll be right back, but I'm still listening.
I refuse.
Well, too bad.
All right, well, there's not much to report. This is a homestead that appears to have been burned to the ground. And by the tracks, it appears it was burned down by wolf skulls a few days ago. And the wolf skulls went northeast.
Well, that's more direction than we had from it.
At least it's not north.
Yeah.
Just north. Had we... Oh no, that was when we were working on the wrong number of hexes. Sagenyev. That's kind of out of direction for where we're headed, right?
What do you mean?
Oh no, what?
It's to
I'm
the
sorry.
left of where we're headed.
I'm sorry. We're at Sagenyev.
Yes.
I'm an idiot.
So now I think we have a 3-foot radius circle, which I think is 3 X's. If I understood Jaken's measurements properly.
Well, what you can do is you can do this. You can just like and measure it out to 6 miles, and you can move this to where so you can explore something like that. You can explore something like that.
Yeah, but we already wasted some movement and some day by taking
Yeah.
trees.
You're not gonna be able to.
Exits.
Yeah, you spent half the day here, so you can do 3 hex radius. Would be like that.
Yeah, 3 squares.
Let me get the map. I keep turning off the map for the audience so that I can see my GM stuff.
So since you said northeast, can you move the thing like from that line top right?
Like that?
There. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't show. Yeah, you know what I mean. Those 3 X's.
Yeah. Dab. Okay. All right. Uh-oh, I have to roll a thing.
Enraged stack?
No.
Not an enraged stack.
My mute button is also the back button on my mouse. So I just backed out of the page I was
I
on.
opened on the wrong window. You guys are in the chamber, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You guys talk amongst yourselves real quick. I gotta look something up.
So we didn't get anything from Sagenyev, was my impression. So
Oh yeah, we forgot to check for survivors, but I don't think we'll find any. So the only thing we got is the tracks leading northeast.
yeah. Which is
So Sagenyev was attacked
Yes.
and raided, but we didn't check for survivors, which is kind of
So
an
on
oversight.
brand.
But
It's fucking,
Very
it's
on
fucking
brand.
right there. Okay.
Yeah, we could probably Jaken, could we retcon and say we check for survivors at least briefly before
Yeah, there
we
were no
move
survivors.
northeast? Perfect.
Anyone that survived that moved on,
Yeah, for sure. They didn't stay in the ruins for a couple of days going like, I wonder if a group of pathfinders will walk by.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling the people of this region tend to help themselves.
Very pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of mindset.
I was gonna say that. So are we dead yet, Jaken?
Oh, damn.
It's starting to look like it.
You'll be fine.
He's just,
So
he's rolled 3 dice so far and he's pulled out a book, so I'm kind of afraid.
All right.
yeah, random
Yeah,
encounter.
these feel like exploding dice.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Hashtag a beat.
there you have it.
We're getting attacked by a chicken.
Uh,
I love
Actually,
this
3 chickens.
yeah.
Okay.
Look at all them thickens.
Look at all those chickens.
You
It's one of my
laugh.
favorite videos of all time.
You laugh, Vegas, but you don't want to attack chickens. I've played the Legend of Zelda, and I know what the fuck happens when you attack chicken.
Okay.
Yep.
So amongst the trees, as you guys are exploring, I'll go ahead and let you're the watch woman, Miss Rose. So give me a notice check, please and thank you.
Now's the time to roll high.
Okay. You don't see them before they see you, unfortunately. But there are 3 birds that are the size of ostriches, but thicker. And they have very
Meat's
Flat.
back on the menu, boys.
flat and wide beaks, almost in the shape of axe heads.
It doesn't track.
It's not a chicken.
So it's a turkey.
No, they're the size of ostriches. They're big.
I mean, turkeys get pretty big.
Not that big.
I was thinking of Blade Beak from Quest for Camelot, but I can't find a gif of him.
Oh, darn. I guess we'll just have to...
All right.
They're attacking us?
They look at you, and they shift their posture.
With murder in their eyes.
With murderous intent.
What are they, my daughter?
We don't need food. They don't attack us, or at least they don't seem to be attacking us, so my vote is to
Walk away.
respectably just avoid one another and be on our way.
Okay.
If the group agrees, I think that's going to be our plan.
You guys start walking away, and it seems like they're shadowing you.
What do you mean exactly by shadowing?
They're keeping a distance, but they're staying with you and observing you.
That sounds like predatory hunting. To Varkan, at least. What would be... I'm assuming it would be no, then, to see if we've ever encountered these animals, and I'm assuming Varkan would not, because he's never been in this
Oh, you see,
area.
Is there any, like...
large avian creatures, much like horses, when they get stressed, they're much lighter on their feet.
Yes, it would be no. What are you trying to determine exactly? That'll determine which attribute.
Varkan would like to know what behavior they're displaying. Like,
Okay.
are they just
Wisdom,
curious?
No.
So,
Wisdom, no. Oh, let me...
here goes nothing. Nope.
Man, they sure are acting like birds, you think, maybe?
I don't like the fact that they're following us.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to like it.
All right.
Well,
Micah is going to gently dismount his horse. He's going to take his like semi robe thing. It's like a cowboy robe.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like a duster, but much fancier.
Yeah.
And he's going to grab it. He's just going to go and try to make himself look like a big, imposing male of the species.
Yeah, they kind of split up and scurry away and then regroup a little further back, but still behind you.
Are we getting raptored by birds?
Leather girl.
Did you just use raptor as a verb?
I did.
I take the fact that she did critted your brain, Jaken.
Ah.
Can't stand any of
Crit is short for critical hit. You do not critical hitted anything.
That sounds like critical damage.
The ground opens up and swallows Varkan.
Finally.
That's happened a lot today.
Yeah. It hasn't happened enough if you ask me.
Jinma just kind of spurs her mule on.
All right, you guys want to try to lose him?
Oh, I was just gonna keep going an easy pace. These are birds,
Yeah, but they have a hack's head.
ostrich-sized birds.
and they're not attacking us.
Correct. So are you going to try to lose them? Yes, no.
I mean,
If they're ostrich-sized, aren't they built for running?
Yes.
I'm just gonna walk.
Yeah, they can't catch me if I walk.
No, she's
They can
not
only
losing.
run.
I'm not worried about them catching me because they're just kind of following at a distance and easily startled by shaking cloaks.
Okay, all right. What do the rest of y'all propose? You're just gonna ignore it and continue?
Genma is the voice of wisdom, so Varkin, despite being uneasy, follows that advice and walks.
I'm gonna keep an eye on them, but I'm not gonna do anything about it.
Like, if they get close, I'll whack them, but...
We are missing an excellent opportunity to push forward the vastly neglected
Micah on your
study
horse.
of ornithological academia here.
Yeah, there's people lives in stake.
There it goes.
Fine, Micah climbs back up on his horse, grumbling about.
Like, if they follow us so far that they're outside of their own territory.
Let me kind of paint the scene here. Micah has stopped and dismounted his horse. Genma has continued to walk on her mule. Varkin and Rose, what were you two doing? Were you continuing to walk, or you had stopped and you were watching? You were with Micah.
I would have waited with Micah, but my horse is pointed toward where Genma is going, and I'm like, I want to continue.
Okay.
I'm keeping an eye on the birds.
Well, as soon as Micah starts to make back to get on his horse, the three birds charge and go rah, 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 and they're charging at Micah.
There we go.
See, now I shoot them.
All right, well, roll initiative. You got to beat a 3. You beat a 3. All right, you guys go first. You are fighting 3. Count them. 1, 2, 3. Axe beaks.
For now, 3. We might get a friend.
Oh, their token. I didn't set up their token. Let me do that real quick. Covered by anyone. Appearance.
I see where I misjudged the standard avian mating season with that. My apologies.
Thanks to Genma's new spell, we're like the I don't remember which one military that went into another country by accident and came back with an additional soldier.
Alright, 3 axe beaks. You guys got initiative. They are I'm going to say they're about 10 feet away from Micah at this point.
My assumption is that they'll attack Micah, so Varkin will jump off his horse and shield Micah and keep my main action.
You're going to screen Micah?
Yeah, screen an ally on Micah and keep my main action for now.
Well, wouldn't you have to dismount the horse as your move?
Oh, yeah, that would count as an action, I suppose. So then just screening then.
Well, doesn't screen use your move?
Yes.
So it would take your move to get up to Micah.
No, but screening is move up to your regular speed, to your regular speed and screen.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Cool. All right.
Micah is going to try to remount his horse.
Okay.
I was going to shoot the bird in the lead.
Give me there's no like there is give me a dexterity ride. Cuz your horse is a bit perturbed by these squawking giant ostriches.
Right.
It is a war horse.
I have the war horse.
Easily startled.
If it's a war horse, I'm going to give you a +2.
Oh. Yay! As soon as my sheet acknowledges that I changed ride to dex, I'm getting a lot of lag tonight.
Weird. Anyone else getting lag, or is it on him? Because if
I'm
everybody's getting
fine on
lag,
mine.
it's on me. Okay.
Okay, +2. There it goes.
It's good. You mount.
That's it.
Okay. Rose?
I'm shooting the bird in the lead.
Okay. Take the shot.
I was on the right page, and for some reason I clicked it.
Wow. Well, it's a shame this game doesn't have no crit. That's a hit for 4. All right, and Jenna.
Yeah, so I guess I should do. That's a joke. Of course, I'm gonna help out. I just
already
have
know
to
what you're gonna do.
Stat block. I'm not gonna spend the spell slot on gaining an axe beak because I'd like to save it for bigger boys.
Oh.
Um.
But you want people that have 4 or less hit dice, right? So it's not too big.
Just like an ogre or 2.
How much hit dice do ogres have? I'm looking it up. I'm on L.
I'm
Maybe it's
gonna
a O.
push Dan off the back of this mule. And kind of be like, "Go get him, boy," and he's gonna be like, and run after. I don't know how far away we are though.
Ogres have 4.
That tracks.
All right, so you're unleashing Dan.
Yeah.
Dan can make it.
Okay.
You want to attack the same one that got shot?
Yeah, that's not gonna hit though.
You know what, Dan? That's the way Dan rolls. He likes to roll really hecking low.
It's fine.
Yeah, he's getting those bad rolls out of the way.
Like technically, I can do something, but I'm good.
What are birds gonna do, right?
What am I gonna do? I have a bow. I've got it in my pack.
Is that everyone? All right, they're going to reach Micah / Varkin.
Varkin?
And Varkin, did you have a ready to action?
No, it was not a hold action. I was just keeping my main action. And given that they're... Okay, one's attacking me for sure, right?
Actually, because Micah got on the horse and you got off the horse, they're all going after you now.
Then total defense.
Okay, total defense it is. They are going to attack the shit out of you. So, remember how Caddy was saying, like, I'm not going to waste this on a freaking axe beak. Well, axe beaks, I'm going to double check the stat block. Because I'm pretty sure axe beaks attack thrice. Yep. So they're...
Yeah, but I can't make things attack that spell.
I thought you could.
I was figuring that probably didn't apply, but if it does apply, then
I mean, could you throw it up? Could you throw it up just for fun? It says the caster cannot. No. Yeah. But it will fight for the caster or defend its own life.
Oh, okay. Well, hands off the piece. I know next.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna attack Varkin 9 times if it's all right with you.
That's gonna hurt.
That's a miss.
Yep. By the way, 17 AC currently because shield out.
That's a miss. And then the titular axe beak. You said 17 AC?
Yes, so that's a hit.
Yeah, you're gonna take foe. Alright, and then A number 2.
That's a nope.
Okay. Another. Nope.
That's a big nope.
And then the titular axe beak. Nope. Okay.
That was close, but nope.
Alright, and then number
That's
3.
a nope. That's a nope.
And last but not least.
That's all nopes.
Alright. So you only got
I'm
hit.
not impressed.
Alright. So you got hit once. Y'all's turn.
I tell them, are you not entertained? I can do this all day. And then I go in total defense again.
Okay.
Yeah, having an axe beak would be cool now that I've seen them use all their stuff. They don't roll very high, but neither does Dan. So, like...
Typically, monsters roll attack bonus equal to their hit dice. So,
Yeah.
that's typically how they roll. See what I did there?
Make a mental save.
So you're like, this one's mine?
Yeah, I choose the one with the nicest looking feather.
Does it need to make a mental save right out of the gate? Right? Yeah.
Yep.
All right, it's yours. You got the nicest looking one.
I tell it to attack one of the others.
Okay, I'll do that on his turn.
Yeah. Dan attacks one of the ones I don't own.
Okay.
15 to hit.
That's a hit. 5 damage. Yeah. All right. The one with the arrow in it is very near death.
Nice, nice, nice.
Who's next?
Rose?
Oh, I have to reload.
Right. The one that is not very near death is gonna get
It's going to.
the staff pointed at it, and Micah takes a deep breath as if he's about to go into one of his incantations, and then goes, "Fuck it, die."
We've seen character growth today, ladies and gentlemen.
I suppose he's trying Folk's magic.
He's doing Alakablam, holding his gun out.
I cast a spell Mom never taught you. And then pulls out a revolver.
I cast gun.
He gets a physical save.
Which one
for
are you hitting the one that's wounded or the fresh one?
The fresh one.
Okay.
The Fresh Prince, as it were.
Physical
The
save.
fresh axe of Bel Air. All right, that's a fail.
So
So
he's
we're
gonna take.
Ooh.
16 damage.
16
So anyway,
damage.
he dead. All right, Varkin, I think you're all that's left.
Yeah, he's dead. I said die.
Right, you said the thing.
I can't retcon my thing. I said total defense, thinking that it would be way more alive at this time of the battle. If you allow me to retcon total defense, I will attack it. If you don't, it's fine. I'm total defense.
Okay. The last Axebeak is going to run away. And Caddy's Axebeak is going to chase it and attack.
I think that's a hit. Not for all the damage, but that's a hit.
Alright, and then... that's a hit. It's dead. Alright. So your Axebeak killed their Axebeak. Now the Axebeak. You now have a pet Axebeak. The prettiest.
Yes.
Handsome Axebeak.
Although now he has a little bit of blood on him.
Oh, well. Can't win them all.
And Jaken, we would end here for the night.
You would end there? Okay, got it.
So now we rest, right?
Yep. And
So
I
I
already rolled your night encounter and nothing happened, so... Ooh, I just hit my own headset.
Don't do that!
You're not my dad.
That you know of.
No, can confirm. Have seen you and Jaken's father in the same room at the same time.
It's true, I have too. We all went to Longhorn.
It was amazing. I removed the fat off of my steak a little bit, not the whole thing, and Jaken was mad.
Yeah, it's fucking sacrilege. My man paid $20 for a steak and he's like, ew, the best part? Get that off my meat.
No, I removed some of it. It was too much of the best part. Too much of a good thing's a bad thing. You take a little bit of cocaine, you're fine. You take a whole program of cocaine, you die.
Disavow. Anyway,
Relatable.
The other day, barbecuing is not a...
the barbecue is not a verb. Yeah, barbecue is not a verb. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you guys dealt with some Axebeaks, and otherwise you found nothing. All right, what do you want to explore next? I'm gonna.
6 things
Spend another
centered
day.
here.
System strain.
Starting there, six
Natural
things.
healing.
Six
Spell
mile
back.
radius, Pachow.
I think that makes sense. If everybody's in agreement, that will be what we explore.
Yeah, that's fun.
Is everyone good on system strain, by the way? Are you back to...
I'm not fully back, but I'm 2 out of 14, so like
Okay.
you can heal me forever.
Yeah, I was just making sure because I just now got back to full on system strain.
I tend to be an idiot, so
You tend to stand in front of hits that would have hit me, so I figured you were
Okay.
probably.
So there, right? You guys,
we find a small hillock with a tunnel and a gate.
no. You find you're waltzing through the woods, and Rose, you suddenly see up ahead what looks like the forest turns white, or like a off gray.
Is it spider season? Is it spider webs? I'm out.
As you guys approach this, you see that a swath of the forest has been petrified.
Bold of you to assume that we approached that.
I assume you would approach close enough to see that. I didn't say you entered the petrified forest.
Like, when you say petrified, we're talking like turned to stone?
Yeah, gray stone.
So, both player and Varkin both think the same thing at the same time. A, I don't want to fuck around with something that can turn shit into stone, and B, that shit's angry enough to turn trees that have done nothing wrong into stone. So,
Can we take the time to cast a little bit of that legally distinct detect magic?
Do you have it?
Yeah. Apprehending the arcane form.
Okay.
Boom.
All right. The magic that afflicted this forest is old.
Okay.
In fact, if you were to put a number to it, you'd think after the Western continent was rearranged, after the Dark Lord was slain, shortly after that, this forest became petrified.
Oh.
Yeah, so all
old.
Yeah, like 200 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it turned every living thing, plant or animal, to stone.
And as far as the eye can see.
Yep. This petrified forest is an eerie and silent place, with little or no color to relieve the gray stone of the stiff, blighted trees and undergrowth. The trees were transformed while in full leaf, and now form a dense, opaque canopy, which draws a shadowy twilight gloom over the forest floor. The only living things here are patches of pale moss and lichen on the tree trunks, and a limp, web-like creepers hanging like shrouds from the branches.
God damn it, Caddy.
Yeah, same by the way.
What have you done?
I said Twilight Gloom is my favorite My Little Pony character.
Send tweet.
Send tweet. There we go. I mean, if it's been this way for a while.
Well, hey, so does this petrification keep like a straight line of trees? Like, does it seem to happen like across a even, stretch?
What?
Like, does it look like
Is there an even cutoff point?
Yes. It's like a perfect line.
That's what I was asking. Okay,
Yes.
before anyone should venture there, I'm gonna pick up a stick and chuck it through the trees. See what happens.
Okay, the stone
Into the
lands.
forest itself.
Nothing happens to the stone.
Or
The stick.
branch?
Does the stick turn to stone?
No.
Okay. I want to make sure that we weren't going to turn to stone if we walked in.
Well, my point is that now that we know it's no longer happening, or at least seems to no longer be happening, that's good. Good thinking. But unless we need to go into there, I'm not going into there.
I
There's
feel
probably no
like
need
it's
to
a
go there.
really good place to have a base.
Yep. Because we just walked up and went, oh, what is this? We need to avoid that.
That's true.
But would kobolds think the same thing, or think that's a good
Would an
place for a base?
Erasm think the same?
Yeah.
Oh. I hate you for making me want to go into this now.
Just blew your mind, I know.
That seems a smart thing to do. We need to explore this. I hate this.
Let's go.
I didn't think you guys were going to get to the Petrified Forest. I don't think I have a monster ready.
Well, then there's no monster, just a petrified forest, and
We can
everything's
encounter
fine.
the monster later.
I can make the
Monster
monster.
went
real
out
quick.
for a stroll.
No, you don't have to, Jaken.
No,
You know,
it's
as
no
players.
problem. It's no problem.
No, Jaken. We don't want to.
We don't want to
bother
put
you with it.
You do so much for us already.
Yeah, I know, Jaken. I
don't
mean,
go out of your
you've got
way.
other
You do
things to
so
worry
much
about.
to us already.
You've inflicted such horrors on us already. Is it?
I can't even complain that much. I got a new pet.
Jaken, just like 3 more axe beaks. You know, like that's easy. We already know. Stats already made.
uh,
I mean, my first thought was, I wonder if I could mental fortitude a basilisk.
Oh dear lord.
So that's kind of where I'm going to be entering
That's
every
your
single
headspace?
combat. Yeah.
So, pardon the language, but does gentleman now think like, can I make this my bitch?
Not in so many words, but just kind of like, oh man, I am so squishy and incapable of hurting anybody on my own.
That was way more words.
Yeah. Maybe not in those words.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
okay, it looks like these are just weaker versions of something you've already fought. So that's. I just duplicated the I just duplicated the monster, and now we're ready to go. All right.
Okay, let's go explore the petrified forest where there's clearly no monsters because all living things are dead. Or
yeah. All right.
Or this could be the base.
So
Yeah.
So the petrified forest is so dense and dark and tangled that visibility is only 100 feet in any clear line of sight. Although you do not need torches to see during the day, it is pretty dark.
I get my.
You get your what?
I have a lantern. I get
You
it
get
out.
your lantern out. Cool.
Yeah. Readied.
There are several trails crisscrossing this valley, for lack of a better term. And whoever has the highest survive, give me a wisdom survive check.
I'm at 0 survive and 1 wisdom.
I'm also at 0 survive, but 0 wisdom, so not me.
I'm at a total bonus of +2.
I have a -1, so not me. The heck happened to my voice?
Could you try to notice to help him?
Yeah,
could I? Could I do a notice to help him?
Yeah, sure. I'll allow it.
Just use my.
And in
notice.
that case,
Wisdom notice, yeah.
Micah, you're doing the survive since you got a +2.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Well, you don't get any help from her. Okay. You are headed towards the heart of the petrified forest, and you're thinking that if there's something in here, and it's probably going to be there, and you're keeping your bearings quite well, Mr. Micah, when suddenly, descending from the canopy, which is basically just a ceiling, like you're literally feels like you're in a cave, just a really tall cave. 5 giant bats descend upon you. Roll initiative.
Oh.
Oh, bats I can deal with.
Nope,
You know,
the token
according
is
according to my notes, Vlad has giant vampire bats.
These aren't vampire bats.
I
Those
was
are
just
just regular
saying
bats.
he has giant bats.
Yes. But these are just giant bats.
Yeah, in a cave-like structure.
They saw the petrified forest and like, hey, free real estate.
Alright, y'all go first.
I suppose I will screen Genma as my move action, and once again keep my main action for myself to react.
I have the axe beak attack one of the bats.
Jaken, where in the notes does it say that I need to have one and shoot in order to?
Alright, in the combat section, I think
Is it
it's
in the combat section? Okay.
page 40 something. Page 45, it says reload a weapon. The combatant rerolls a weapon like a crossbow or an ancient projectile launcher with a readied magazine or a quarrel from a ready quiver. Bows can be reloaded as an on-turn action, assuming the archer has a readied quiver and shoot one skill. Otherwise, it's a move action. It's a move action. I'm sorry. It's a move action to reload a bow, unless you have a readied quiver and
Okay.
shoot one. My mistake.
Okay, because I was like, I was breaking the rules before if that's the case.
Okay,
But
I'm
as
gonna
long as
have
I
your
don't-
axe beak hold his
Okay.
action because the bats haven't gotten into melee yet.
Yeah, I figure. I can just tell him to do that on my turn.
So you want to knock an arrow and shoot?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought I was breaking the rules. That's why I wanted to ask.
No, I misread main and move. They both start with M. It's barely my fault.
So, I mean, essentially, as long as I don't move, fire, shoot, shoot every turn.
Yeah, every turn, yeah. That's a hit. Wow, that's a dead. You killed a bat. Shot him right out of the sky.
I think you're becoming a combination of Legolas and Bilbo.
Bilbo.
And Micah will. We're still on horseback.
Yeah.
Okay. Micah will, reins in hand, staff pointed to the sky, swirling around. Wings of darkness, come rend night from. I guess day. Is it? Hold on.
Night
Fuck it, it's still day.
Night from Shadow?
And two giant shadow ravens come in.
Okay. Do they get to act immediately, or I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it. Okay. And you want to second? You're like, get him.
Yep.
All right.
Get them. Here's number one.
That's a Mies.
Here's number two.
That's a Mies.
Ah, son of a.
So they unleash their lightning, and the giant bats are like darting around. Okay, who's next? Oh, Varkin, you're using your move to screen someone. Who are you screening?
Genma.
Okay. And then what is your action going to be?
Holding until I can react using it.
Okay. Excuse me, what are you doing?
I mean, there's not much to do
Okay.
for me.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so the giant bats descend. So the axe beak is going to crack open a can of whoop ass on the giant bat. So let's do that. You want me to give you axe beak stats so you can roll this yourself
Sure.
in the future?
Yeah.
Next session.
Mm-hmm.
That would take the burden off of me for sure. Okay,
Yeah.
well, the axe beak killed a giant bat.
There we go.
Can you say axe beak several times in a row?
Can you
We can name it.
be silent? All right. Well, it's Steve, right? I mean, it's Steve, right?
No, it's not a bug.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
Steve
I'm
or
gonna name it
Frodo.
Helen.
Right. Genma, you're being attacked. So, new guy, give me your screen.
Ooh, that's a pretty solid thing.
All right, Genma, you're being attacked.
He got through me. What the heck?
He missed.
Oh,
though.
he failed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The next
No
one's going to
shot?
attack Varkin.
I'm gonna go into total defense.
Okay.
However, he still hits. Yes.
All right. And then the last one's going to attack Micah. And miss. Okay. Y'all's turn. They're now in melee range. They're upon you.
I will attack the one that attacked Genma.
Okay, go for it.
I'm trying to, but the
I'm
game's
fairly
like,
certain.
nah.
I'm absolutely positive you don't actually need to roll. Yep. Yeah. You hit or miss. You kill giant bats.
Okay, so it's another case of I attack, he
I
dead.
attack. It dies. Yes.
I'm gonna sick the both ravens on the one that attacked me.
Okay. Hey, you killed it with one.
No. Okay.
You want to hit? You want to use the other one on the other one?
Sure.
Okay. Well, you missed.
I'll shoot that last one.
Okay. You hit. You kill it. All right. That's it for the giant bats. All right. All right. So that was the giant bats.
And the beak does 2d4.
I'm gonna duplicate this monster block and put it under your companions, and I'll give it to you next session. What did you name him?
I named her Helen.
Helen.
Yeah.
Okay. Helen the axe beak. Friendly token and that make that 0. Okay, and then we're going to right click, speaker permissions. Caddy is, I think limited should give you what you need. All right, you now have Helen. It should be under the companions folder of the actors tab.
Yeah, I see that now.
Awesome. All right. Where were we? You come across a track winding away into the gloom between the lifeless trees. Looking along it, you catch sight of a group of kobolds and wolves heading in your direction. The kobolds are chanting noisily amongst themselves and do not appear to have seen you.
Ambush time?
Ambush time.
Ambush time.
All right. So you guys quickly rush to the out of sight, hide the horses, and set up for an ambush.
We don't see a big boy amongst them, though, right?
Just some kobolds. Okay. So these are wolf skull kobolds, and they have 3 dire wolves with them. All right. So let me go ahead and. Nope, that's the wrong one. I want just basic bitch wolf skull kobolds. All right, there are 10 of them, and then dire wolves. There are 3. There you guys go. All right, you guys get surprise, which I think just lets you take your first action. I don't think we've ever had surprise, or if we have, I haven't really done anything with it. Let's just check the rules real quick. But why don't you guys go ahead and think about your first actions while I figure
You're
it
not
out.
my dad. You can't tell me what to do.
I don't have a whole lot of arrows, guys.
Didn't we find like 40
you-
on the?
Oh, that's right, we
40.
did. Okay.
You were
Yeah.
given,
I forgot about that.
In fact,
I
I'm
don't
going to
have
take
them
those.
on
I'm
me,
going to.
though.
I'm going to take that off of party fund. And that was something that, like,
Oh.
I don't think anyone would have argued that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rose
yeah.
gets.
Yeah.
You guys get a full round before initiative is rolled.
All right.
Okay.
That
If I take
includes
those
Helen,
arrows,
the
I
axe
am gonna
beak.
be encumbered.
So you leave some of them on your horse.
Yeah, leave some of them on your horse and grab as many as you can on yourself.
I can only carry another 3 on me.
Oh my gosh.
Now I could stow a bunch more, so I could.
Yeah, you just have to take them out of your bag when you need
Yeah.
them.
All right, so I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna set up a quick battle square map for situations like these. I only got half the kobolds. Okay. So that way, since there's like 18 moving characters, I figured it might be good to
Have a map.
have a map, just so we can have like who's with who.
And keep track of HP and stuff easier.
All right. So nope, not configure. All right, and I think I can. How do I move y'all? There's a way to like make everyone see what I'm seeing. I don't remember how to do it, but you guys found it, right? Okay, so where do you guys want to be? Because you guys have surprise. So set yourselves up.
Is that the column that they're working down as, like a row, 2 rows of, 2 columns of kobolds and dire wolves?
Yeah, let's go with something like this.
And are the dire wolves alone, or is there a rider on top of it?
They're alone. Yeah.
Okay, I think Barton would be like this. Although it depends on where the others are.
I stowed all the other 20 arrows, so okay. I do have them. They're stowed.
Oh, I really need y'all to be within 40 feet of me, huh?
Okay, well then we can all attack from the same side.
I just won't be able to heal you if you're on other sides. Okay. This is can be.
Yeah, I'm good right here.
All right, if everyone's ready, we can get going.
I need to move.
Is it possible that I could set up a lethal trap directly in front of me so if something charges me, triggers it?
I don't know what this button does.
Oops.
Green, red, yellow.
Jaken.
Just kind of confused what the hell this does.
Oh, I can't move.
I asked a question.
I mean, I believe you. What?
Is it? I only need 5 minutes to set up a trap. Is it possible to set up a lethal trap directly in front of me so that if something charges me, it triggers?
Yes.
I do that.
Okay. Someone drew a 20-foot by 20-foot square. I assume death is happening.
That would be me. I did that.
Okay.
This is
I'm unable to
measure things on Elixir.
May I move these tokens?
Can you not?
No.
I can fix that. I guess limited isn't good enough. I'm going to set you to owner.
Whoop.
You should be able to move them now.
There we go. Gonna have you here.
All right, are you guys in position?
Micah is.
Yeah, it looks like Micah measured out the distance he needs to be.
All right, cool.
Exactly.
Begin.
Oh, no. I can be much farther away.
Well, remember, you guys can only have 100 feet, right? So you have to be less than 100 feet from them, or else you can't see them.
Yep.
All right,
Okay.
so I'll let all the AoE and magic shenanigans happen first, and then I'll take my turn.
So that
You start.
that 20 by 20 square, that is 4 10-foot cubes.
Yes.
Is going to erupt underneath them as the ground cracks open and lava pours forth. And because it erupted underneath, the entire rim of it is like a 3-foot wall of earth that just kind of got pushed up.
Okay.
And it's just it's a big lava pool with a 3-foot rim around it.
Okay, and what spell is this, you psycho man?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
that
not
one.
real.
No, Micah can't do that.
All right.
Are you kidding?
So, what happens here?
Well, so it's not a phantasmal monster, so it's not fighting with my hit points, but it does say that they will unconsciously move and perceive so as to conform to its apparent physical qualities.
Okay, so they're going to try to get the hell out of that square.
Right, but they're sinking into the lava.
I'll give them difficult terrain. Yeah. Okay, cool. They're like, wow, what the?
And I believe that the downside of this spell is that everybody believes it's real.
Yeah, everyone believes it's real, including you.
That's why I only put like a 3-foot wall over it, so you guys can still like shoot into it.
Yeah, but I don't go into melee into lava. That doesn't sound really good.
Okay, who's next?
I
Oh,
suppose I'll go next unless Jenma or Rose wants to go first.
I'm just gonna have Helen move up to here and attack at the wolf in the lava. I'm trying to stay hidden with Dan. So Helen, 1.
Okay, well that's a
2.
miss. Yeah. Oh, I think that's gonna be a hit. All right, for 2 damage to that direwolf.
Mm-hmm.
Done. Okay, and then you have
And then the beak.
yeah, the axe beak. And after every turn, you can hit the recycle on their attacks, and it'll refresh how many attacks they have.
Okay.
That's a hit for 8 damage. Wow, big damage. All right, you rolled max on that damage.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I actually think I'm gonna shoot at one of the kobolds outside.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give him +3 AC just because you're shooting past all the other kobolds.
Okay.
It's gonna be a hit. That's a dead kobold. Even with his +3 AC, you got him.
We got him, boys.
Nice.
That's all I can do.
Jaken, can I charge there, or is there 3s in the way?
You can charge there.
I charge there, so I get a +2 to hit. I think that's it. That doesn't have any damage, just increase my chance to hit.
And you have a -2 AC.
Yeah, but it's for the surprise round, so as soon as the surprise round's over, I'm good.
Nice.
So
Which one are you attacking?
The one outside.
Okay.
+2. Do I need to add in situational modifier? Do I need to? Oh yeah, I think it's +2. There we go.
Or just 2. Yeah, I think that's a hit. He's dead. Oh. AC 15. Yeah. So for kobolds, you don't need to roll dice.
Oh, okay. But I like the shiny clack clack.
That's what happened. Oops.
Hmm.
There were 2 kobold. There he is. There were 2 kobolds stacked on top of each other. There we go. All right. That explains why the combat tracker had so many freaking kobolds. All right. Everyone's gone. Is Dan gonna go, and is Jenma gonna go?
Dan is defending me, and I am being defensive.
Okay, cool. Roll initiative. All right, you guys get to go again.
I'll get Helen's turn out of the way.
Okay. 14 AC. That's a hit. 3 damage. That's a miss.
Okay, and this wolf is still up?
Yeah.
Then it's
Direwolves
beaky
have a
time.
lot of hit points.
Yeah, that's what I figured, but
That's a hit. 5, nice.
5.
Well, that direwolf's looking rough. Helen has been just redecorating his face.
Squawk, squawk, squawk.
Squawk, squawky, squawk, squawker.
Defensive as hell, and Dan is screening.
Okay.
I don't expect these guys to be too like they're gonna be wanting to get out of that as opposed to attack me immediately. So I'm gonna take a risk and attack this one, which means he's just dead.
Yep. Okay, I got rid of all the duplicates, I think. You're muted, babe. Are you muted on Discord? Okay, well, her mic just stopped working.
Oh,
Well, what do you want, babe? You're gonna shoot the direwolf? Cool. You could type it too, but yeah, that was probably faster. Shoot! That's a hit. 4 damage. This direwolf is nearly dead.
Oh,
Micah's gonna step up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and I think that's close enough. Yeah. Hey, Varkin. Var.
Can you hear me?
Oh, it's very quiet.
Yeah.
But we can hear you. Yes, Micah?
Don't be afraid. This isn't going to hurt you.
I am immediately afraid.
I think. And instead of big loud incantation this time, because this is the first time he's really doing it, he's gonna kind of just mutter to himself because he doesn't know if it's gonna work. And he's going to cast upon Varkin the mantle of disjecting dissection.
What does that do?
A visible willing creature within 30 feet is surrounded by a whirl of razor-sharp energy shards. Anyone who attempts to touch the target or make a melee attack against them must make an evasion saving throw or suffer 1d6 damage plus the caster's level, which is 4, for resolving their attack. The field of blades is indiscriminate and will affect even allies trying to touch the target. The blades remain as long as the target gives up a move action each round in order to avoid disrupting them from within, up to a maximum of 1 scene. Alright. Well, as long as you roll higher than a 1, this instant kills these kobolds, I think. I think they have 6 hit points. No, they have... Okay, this instant kills any kobold that tries to attack Varkin.
Better?
Well, kinda. I mean, we can hear you.
And technically, unless they heard him, they might not know where Micah is, they don't know where Jenma is, and they know that there's an arrow being shot from opposite of me, but
Well, I
they
mean,
might be a little
they
bit
can
busy
see
with the
you.
lava.
You guys are quite distinct against the stark gray background.
Yeah. I
Okay, fair enough.
don't think we're exactly being sneaky. Is this better?
Yes.
Oh, I was trying to like straight up be behind.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you can probably be hidden. Yeah. But everyone else, yeah, not so much.
Micah was making no attempt to be stealthy.
Fair enough.
So I think that's everybody's turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This kobold is gonna go like this. Oh, actually, wait. I have to roll 7 morale checks. This is from top left and going across, then down, then across, down, then across, then down. Alright, let me put a token on the ones who fail just so I know. Yeah, let's do frightened. That works. Okay, it looks like only 1 kobold is routing at this time. Which
Good
is
for them.
gonna get out of the lava and then try to go back the way it came. So that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is there a dash in, like, is there a trade of main for move in this game?
I thought there was.
Yeah, I also thought there was, but I just feel the need to double check.
Well, technically, charge would double their thing, but I don't know if you absolutely need to attack something. I think you can convert your action into a move, so that gives you double move.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what he's asking.
Yes. You can choose to spend your main action to take an additional move. Okay. Thank you, everybody. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. This kobold is going to step, not realize what the hell Varkin's thing is. Oh, I accidentally closed kobold.
Well, you just said if he tries to attack me, he's dead.
If he fails his evasion save. Right. He comes out, he's like, ah! And the spell around you just minces him. All right.
But that's kind of horrifying.
Yeah.
Cool, but horrifying. Spells are horrifying in this system. Just
Wait,
FYI.
is this Micah spell that did that?
Yes.
It just knocks him unconscious.
No. This isn't the illusion. This is deadly as shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this direwolf's going to attack Helen.
That's gonna hit.
Oh. I didn't see you cast another spell because I was fighting with my microphone.
You can do it straight to the token. Oh, actually, hang
okay.
on. I don't think this token's linked to actor data. Let me link it to actor data and update. Now you can do it directly to token.
Well, that was wrong.
Yeah, you killed him. How much damage was dealt?
3 off of 11. So
That worked. There we go. All right.
I put -3 in it. It was like, nope, he's dead now.
2, 3, 4. 5, 6. This kobold's going to charge at Micah.
No.
What's your AC?
17.
Oh, oh my.
Big brain.
This one's going to attack Rose. Rose, what's your AC?
13.
So take 1 shock damage.
Oh no.
This one's going to attack Helen. Nope.
Are they getting difficult terrain getting out of there?
Yeah, I mean, they have 30 feet of movement, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's going to go to here, and he's going to throw a spear at Varkin.
That's rude. He missed, though.
Okay. There's no shock
Still
damage because
rude.
this is a thrown attack.
Doesn't matter for me, I don't take shock damage.
Okay. 10, 15, 20.
Trap?
That is where my lethal trap is.
Oh, okay. Hit it. Roll damage. 9 damage? Okay, he's dead.
Yep.
Oh, he makes a save?
Yeah.
What kind of aid?
I'm checking.
Doesn't matter, they're all 15. Alright, he's dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, and this last kobold, since he hasn't acted yet, I'm going to give him another morale check. Because all his friends died. And he's getting the fuck out of here. 10, 20, 25, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, traps 1d6 plus twice the character's level.
Yeah, alright, so 2 of the kobolds are in retreat. Right, this direwolf is going to jump out and attack Varkin.
So he needs to make an evade. Oh, he might succeed. He did.
I think.
But he doesn't hit.
Does he take half damage on the success?
That's what I'm saying. No. On a success, it's no damage.
Okay,
This
he's just...
direwolf is going
Save
to
or suck.
attack Rose.
Uh-oh.
18 for 6.
Uh-oh.
And now it's y'all's turn.
Oh.
Do you guys want to finish this combat or finish it next week?
Oh god. I'm down to 6.
Yeah, I
it's
see
not-
you.
I have the day off tomorrow, so I leave the decision to everyone else.
Keep going.
I need to be up at 6 to take the dog to the vet.
So you want to call it a night?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, everybody,
Sorry,
so
guys.
that's fine.
It's gonna be our turn when we
I'm
restart.
gonna have a crazy busy day tomorrow, so.
All right, everybody. That's going to be us for the night. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to finish this combat next week and continue exploring the Petrified Forest. It's good to be back. I don't know. I don't have anything to say. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a blast. I hope you had a good night. We had a good night. And we will see you in a week. We play every Sunday. Same time, 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time, until they fucking change the time zone again.
Oh, you were gonna announce about the dire points.
Oh yeah. So the points right now, all you can do is like kind of basic shit, like highlight my message, modify an emote, unlock a sub, all that shit. We were talking during the break about adding some interactable options where you can spend, and this is going to be like really expensive, like thousands of points, but you can like interact with the session as it's happening. What we're going to do is we're going to pitch some ideas between now and next week and make sure everybody in the party is cool with them, because we don't want to do anything that someone's going to be like, oh, well, what the fuck? But yeah, we're going to have some fun ones, like enraged stags showing up, and maybe ways to give the players boons or give them penalties. We'll figure it out. And that way, if for like long-term viewers, if you guys want to interact with the campaign or the session at hand, you can spend a whole bunch of points and do something cool. So hopefully we'll have it ready by next week. If not, I'll probably make this announcement again because we'll be working on it. Other than that, yeah, that's us. So good night. Have a good one, and see you next week. Bye.